to Sport Champs.
What is up, you guys? And welcome back to Sport Champs, Street Champs exclusive sports podcast. To my right is my man Dave. To my left is my man Winston.
In the cut.
And right in front of me is my man Deryk, running the board right now. He hit the sound thing too. Thanks, dude. Always appreciate you. Always appreciate you. Give us a whistle off the top too, honestly. We're going to be starting with the NBA right away. Right after our weeks, though. How was your week, Mr. Winston?
It was good. I was pretty sick from last Friday with all the wind and shit, so I'm starting to get better now. But,
Yep.
But yeah, I know it's good watching basketball. Golf just started yesterday with the Masters, so I've been watching that. So it's been a good week of sports. Good week for me.
Good week, dude. How about you, Dave?
Pretty chill week. Just worked. The highlight of my week would be cop tickets to see AEW in Colorado Springs.
Damn, you already copped them too?
Yeah.
What the fuck? God damn it, dude.
Your cousin
I'm
got
fucked.
tickets. We got tickets.
I don't have any.
It's like $100 to get.
I know, but now I'm going to be sitting alone.
It's not a guarantee.
It's not a
I might
guarantee.
not go.
he says.
I might not go now. I was hoping to get tickets with you guys. Fuck. I'm pissed. Well, my fucking cousin just bought. I expected him to be like, "Yo, we're getting tickets." Fucking.
He just bought them for
gonna
him.
do it. He just bought him for him and his lady. I'm like, bro, like, damn. All right. So that was like, all right. I'll wait for Dave to. I was actually gonna talk to you about it today, and didn't work. So I'm probably not going now. That's okay. Whatever. It's gonna be lit though. AEW. You excited?
Yeah. Good to see the man MJF live and direct one
Hell
more
yeah.
time.
That shit was dope. It was dope to see. Anything else, dude? What else? That's it.
That's
Copping
about
the
it.
dubs?
That's
Hell
about
yeah.
it.
Work. Hell yeah. Productive week for me. Crazy week. Always crazy. Always doing stuff. Dropped a song today. If you guys haven't listened to it yet, Gwen Stefani, that dropped today. Check that out in the link below. Also in that same link below on the link tree, new merch store. That dropped today. A lot of cool designs on that. I'm going to be ordering samples for myself to be rocking and throwing to the homies or something. We'll see what's good. So check that out. Check out all the merch stuff in the link below. Other than that, nothing else. Nothing else. Our town's crazy. That's about it.
Yeah.
Our town is a wild town. We come from a ghetto-ass town, man. And I'm curious to see where it goes from here. We'll see what we can do, when we make it, because
Deryk from here.
yeah, Deryk from Air. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what you could do, bro. I don't know if he's fixing it. You ain't hood enough. You ain't hood enough. Cleaning them crusty headphones. I like it. All right, let's get on to these sports, though. Give us one more whistle, dude. I like it. Let's talk about the NBA. You want to take it off, Winston? Are you looking at the standings right now? What are you looking at?
I am looking at the standings right now.
I like it, dude. A lot of colors on this Eastern Conference. It's pretty crazy to look at. Let's start with the Eastern. We always start with West. We started with East last week. Let's do it again. You take it off, dude.
So we got Milwaukee in first. They've clinched. They're not playing for shit. They're resting everyone. Just
Everybody's
chilling.
getting rested. Just like them Nugs.
Yep. Believe we got the Milwaukee only has 2 more games left. So most teams have 2 to 3 games left in the regular season. Then we got the playoffs starting. Boston, 3 games behind them. I believe they've clinched their 2nd seed. So they ain't playing for shit either. They're at 55 and 25. Then we got Philly, 52 and 28, 6 games behind. Looking like Joel Embiid is pretty much locked up the MVP race, unfortunately.
Yeah,
for Jokic.
damn it. He locked it up.
Yeah, Jokic has been sitting a lot of games, and
He's resting.
And Embiid dropped like 52 points against the Celtics one night.
Oh,
so,
my gosh.
Yeah, so that pretty much locked it up.
I mean, their last 10, though, 4-6. Not the craziest. Lost their last game.
Yeah.
But, again, like you're saying, I mean, they're pretty clinched up. I mean, especially the MVP position, so why even bother?
Yeah, I mean, they could lose the 3rd seed to Cleveland. They're only a game and a half ahead of Cleveland, but that's probably not very likely with so few
Cleveland
games
on
left.
a 3-game win streak, too.
Yep. Yeah, Cleveland's looking pretty solid. Then after that, we got the New York Knicks, 47 and 33.
Pretty good.
Brooklyn Nets, to me, that's a big surprise. Trading Kyrie and trading Kevin Durant, still being a good team, good enough to make the playoffs at least. Then after that, we have Miami.
7th
as the
place.
7th. They're in the
Tournament.
They're in the play-in tournament. And we have Atlanta, Toronto, and Chicago. All the teams that are going to be in the playoffs in the Eastern Conference are currently in the playoffs. Every other team has been eliminated. So
Bye-bye Pacers, bye-bye Wizards, Magic, and Hornets, Pistons.
Yep.
Gone.
So the only thing that can change is the seeding arrangements.
How about them Pistons tanking?
Yep, tanking
16 and 64.
Wembanyama, it looks like.
11 losses in a row.
Yeah, I feel bad because they have some good players. They have Wembanyama, or not Wembanyama. They hope
You're
that they will
projecting.
have him.
Right. Right.
They have Cade Cunningham. He was really good coming out of college. And then they got Jordan Ivey from Purdue. He was really good last year. He's a rookie. And then they just picked up Wiseman from the Warriors.
Mm-hmm. Rebuild.
He was doing good. Whether he'll do that next year, we'll see. But yeah, that's the Eastern Conference.
These last 6 teams all on losses. All of them. 11 is crazy. That last 10 games, 0 and 10. Like, dog. Pretty bad, dude. Let's go to this Western Conference though. How about them Nuggets, dude? 52 and 28, 5 and 5 in their last 10, 2 losses. I mean, like you said, they're kind of sitting and resting.
Yeah.
Clinched up. Same with the Grizzlies, Kings, and Suns. That's
So,
second to fourth.
Back to the Nuggets real quick.
go
Nuggets just
ahead.
went against the Suns last night. Didn't
Nice.
play any of their starters.
Beautiful.
Only lost by 4 points. Suns played all of their starters.
Oh shit.
Yes, and Nuggets
That's
almost
some good
won
news.
that shit. Yeah,
that's some good news.
It was
good coaching.
Yeah, for sure. Now the players played really well. Christian Brown, I think, is how you pronounce it. Played really well. He's a rookie for the Nuggets.
That dude got ups. He can
Dude,
dunk.
Yeah,
Duncan.
He's from Kansas.
Dunkin' Donuts.
He's pretty good. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that game last night.
I
Crazy
like
outcome.
it. I like it. How about them Grizzlies? What do you think about them Grizzlies? 50 and 30, 7 and 3 in their last 10. Well, coming off a loss, But are they resting up too? What do you think?
I think they
'Cause I
have the
didn't
number
watch-
2 seed locked up.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
ain't
think
gonna-
they're concerned.
Nah, not with the Kings at 48 and
Yeah.
32.
But they should be concerned with the Kings in the playoffs because I think the Kings are a real deal.
yeah.
Only concern. Well, we'll talk about the playoffs maybe after we talk about the standings. But yeah, we got the Kings at 3 right now.
And then Suns, Clippers, Warriors, 6th place, 42 and 38, 7 and 3 in their last 10, coming off a loss though. I mean, they're in it, dude. In it to win it, huh?
This is a crazy. It's gonna get crazy. Like the Lakers, it sounds like if they win out, could be the 5 seed, pushing potentially the Warriors or the Clippers to the play-in game. Now, will the Lakers win out? They're going against the Suns tonight. The Suns are resting all their starters because they've clinched.
LeBron would be so hype.
They've clinched the 4th seed. So, yeah, if they're in the play-in game, they could easily lose that shit. If they want to have any chance, they need to
Crazy.
be locked in.
Bye-bye to the Rockets, Spurs, Trailblazers, Jazz, Mavs. I mean, Thunder, right?
Mavs and Thunder playing for that last spot
Yeah,
for sure.
last spot. They're both at Mavs are at 38 and 42, and then we got the Thunder 39-42. Not bad. We're gonna.
The Warriors.
I mean, the West is more competitive, don't you think, or no?
oh yeah.
I think the
More
West
talent.
is better from top to bottom, but I think the Eastern Conference's top is better. Maybe I don't know. I don't know.
I see you.
Sorry, what were you gonna say, Dave?
Oh, I was gonna say the Warriors. Jordan Poole went off for 18 points in the 4th quarter the other night to beat OKC in like a really close game. So I thought that was pretty badass.
Yeah, I saw that.
And also, Andrew Wiggins is back at practice, so
Nice.
that's really positive for our playoff run.
Did we ever hear why he was out? I heard some rumors.
I honestly don't know. He said it was like an illness or something, but it wasn't like severe or something. I don't
Gotcha.
know. I never really like got the specifics.
I heard allegedly, this is like kind of like gossip, but I heard allegedly that his best friend, his daughter or child is actually his best friend's child. So like his best friend basically fucked his wife, and
And he just
their
found that
kid-
info.
Yeah, and he just found that out. So he's been taking time away from the team. That's what I heard. I'm sure we'll find out in time if that's true or not, but that's what I heard.
Damn.
Yeah, so crazy. But yeah, I think everyone's. I mean, actually, no one's locked in yet. The Clippers through Dallas, no one's clinched a playoff berth. So, like, realistically, I don't see this happening. But the Clippers, Warriors, and Los Angeles, potentially one of them could be out of the
Really?
playoffs. Yeah, because they haven't clinched
Wow.
yet.
I mean, yeah, if you look at these standings, there ain't no clinching right here.
Yep. The only thing clinching
Intense.
is that booty hole.
Oof.
Oh.
I know for all these teams, Clippers, Warriors,
damn.
Lakers, Pelicans, Timberwolves. Look at the Timberwolves, too. Down there 40-40. Thunder, the Mavs.
Mavs are tanking.
Yeah, Mavs have been taking. It's pretty
Kyrie
crazy.
basically
The
started
Kyrie,
that.
I mean, is it really Kyrie's fault, though?
I mean, I don't think they were that good. I mean, they're 3-7.
Luka been getting worked for years. Like, he's been getting worked,
They went
bro.
to the Western Conference Finals last
did.
year.
They
but
did. They
got kind of lucky getting there, in my opinion. But he's been hurt. Luka's been hurt.
Yeah, he's
Kyrie's been hurt.
Yeah,
Like,
true. Next year, we'll see what's up.
yeah, I think
They're
Luka,
probably going to be doing great next year.
maybe. Kyrie's a free
'Cause
agent.
they're going to be. Oh shit.
Yeah, yeah. So
Fuck.
this is just a
Okay, I
rental.
didn't know it was a 1 year.
Yeah, this is just a rental. They're like,
Didn't
fuck
know
it, let's
that.
get Kyrie. Hopefully, we can make something happen.
Fuck, didn't know that. Well, never mind.
I mean,
Luka's there for a while. Mark Cuban ain't letting go of him.
if I'm Luka, I'm trying to leave, bro.
Really?
Probably. I mean, they can't build a team around him.
I mean, you're right. They haven't been
Luka's
able to.
A great player. He's top 5 in the league.
Where do you see him going if he's leaving?
It's hard to say. I don't know.
Yeah.
He'd have to be a free agent, but
Where would you like to see him go?
I don't know. Nuggets would be cool.
Luka to the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Luka to the Nuggets.
Luka and
What would
and
you do?
Jokic, dude. That'd be
Jokic
fire.
and Luka, we would not lose.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah. I mean, our defense would be probably lacking because Luka's defense isn't very good. But
Yo, it doesn't matter.
offensively-
It doesn't matter. Score 120
Yeah.
points every night.
If you score more points, you win.
Yeah,
So,
seriously.
That's what it comes down
We
to.
drop, dude. We would be dropping so many points.
Yeah.
Oh, so crazy.
Uh,
All right, those are your standings though. Let's talk playoffs.
Yep. Dave, who's your sleepers for the? Well, not even sleepers. Just like who are you looking at in the Western Conference, and you're like, I think they're gonna do really well.
The Kings, I think, are gonna be one of the best coached teams in the entire Western Conference, and I think that's gonna echo into the way that they rotate and the way that they play. And the thing about the Kings is their concentration of talent is not. It's not quite like they have. Like obviously they got De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis, but like everyone there knows what their job is. And because of that, you have like a synergy to where there's not like the pressure to ISO someone or to like give people reps because you're like, oh, he's head and shoulders above me talent-wise. And so I think that with Mike Brown's coaching and De'Aaron Fox leading the way, I think that offense is just going to be really hard to stop. I don't think any defense is prepared for that.
I 100% agree with you. The Kings are my kind of dark horse. Everyone's looking at the Suns and the Nuggets, and I'm looking at the Kings like, fuck, bro. Like, I'm not.
See,
they're
I'm not
kinda
concerned.
scary.
The Nugs are too talented to be a dark
Yeah.
horse. They should
For
be the
sure.
golden child of the whole West. You know what I'm saying?
They're the baby face.
We were
of the
talking
West.
about this. I think if the Nuggets don't go to the Western Conference Finals, I think it's kind of a bust. Not bust like team, but just year. That being said, our homie Josh, shout out Josh, he was saying that if they don't win the title, then he considers that kind of like, because they're so good. They have all this talent. They weren't healthy last year. That was the only thing preventing them from making a run last year. So
Yeah.
the Nuggets have like championship written all over them.
They
If-
do. They do.
if
I'm
we-
looking. Oh, go ahead.
If we don't get to the NBA Finals, then I'm going to be disappointed. If we get to the Western Conference Finals, I'm like, okay, something, some things didn't go our way. But if we don't get out of the second round, bruh, Mike Malone,
What do you?
you got to go.
You gotta go.
He's
dude.
fired for me. You
Can't
got to.
even do it in round one.
Yeah.
But let's talk about this playoff
These
picture right here. I
matchups.
actually pulled off this playoff.
Like
Pulled
a
up this
bracket.
Yeah, the actual bracket on NBA.com. We're talking about these play-in tournaments. Right now, we got the Timberwolves versus OKC, 9-10. Winner of that will face Denver. And then we got the other playoff right now where it sits at Lakers versus the Pelicans. Those are the two playoffs, and then winner of that.
Brandon
goes to
Ingram and his old team.
Yep.
Memphis.
That could be
Pelicans are
Did-
nice.
Did you guys see that Zion has already been declared medically unfit, potentially to even participate in the playoffs this year?
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, we saw him warm up, I think, but unless they make it to like the Western Conference Finals, then he's not suiting up.
Mm.
So
He is just injury prone right now.
He's not a bust in the sense that like when you think of when you think of Greg Oden, you think of like a dude who was like super anticipated to walk into the league and just wreak havoc, and then just wasn't that good.
I feel like
Zion is that good. When he's on the court, he's that good. It's just, can he be on the court?
Yeah.
He's a medical liability at this point.
yeah, I mean, we see this with NFL players. It's like if you're like we saw with MPJ, like you play through the pain, or sit out until you get a massive contract extension, and then you're like, okay, now I can go all out because I have all this guaranteed money. We saw with MPJ. MPJ, they were like, oh, is he healthy enough? He played and then got his contract extension, sat out the next year. Because he's like, I got my bag. You know what I mean? I don't have to prove anything. Like, I don't think Zion, in my opinion, he's getting a max contract anywhere he goes. And I think he deserves it. Because when he plays, he's a
beast.
Great player. The Pelicans, when Zion was playing, were the number 1 seed. And now that Zion's not playing, the Pelicans are barely in the playoffs.
Barely in it.
May not even make it to the playoffs.
Have to beat the Lakers.
Well,
right now
they got Zion not suiting up, and they got Lonzo Ball, who's been out for extended time.
Lonzo's with the Bulls, I think.
Oh, they traded him to the Bulls?
Yeah, that was a minute ago. I think he signed with the Bulls last year.
He just hasn't played, so that goes to show how much I've seen him.
He played last year, but yeah, he hasn't played this year at all. But the Pelicans have C.J. McCollum, who's nice. They got Brandon Ingram, who's nice.
Been nice.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it as far as the nice players. But they got a decent squad.
Let's talk the actual game. Now this is still, there's still time, obviously. But if it were to happen, Lakers versus Pelicans, who's winning? Do you think?
I'm a LeBron fan, so I'm probably going Lakers.
Lakers on that one.
They just have more talent. I think LeBron's better than Ingram, and I think Anthony Davis is better than C.J. McCollum. So, your star players show out. Yeah.
I got Lakers in that one. How about you, Dave?
It depends. If LeBron suits up, which he's assumed to, then I would say the Lakers take it. But if it's just AD versus Ingram, I'm probably leaning towards Ingram.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Let's talk about the other one where it stands right now. Still hypothetical. OKC or the Timberwolves?
Probably OKC.
Think so?
Yeah, Rudy Gobert does terrible in the playoffs.
Oh, yep.
So, he's basically a liability.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Dang.
for sure. With the Jazz, bro, they didn't do shit.
They didn't
Donovan
do shit.
Mitchell,
you're right.
Donovan Mitchell kills it, and Rudy Gobert just is not
drops the ball.
His
in
only
the
playoff
playoffs.
highlights is getting his ankles cooked on mismatches from point guards.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Yeah, it's he's not a postseason player just because he's so one dimensional. He's a defensive player, and that's it.
I see you.
Paint defensive.
How about you? You agreeing with him? OKC taking that one?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not by a crazy margin, but I think OKC is really young, and when you have those younger teams, the youth allows you to have a little bit more energy. I've always said this about the Nuggets in the past. Whatever team can run for 48 minutes just a little bit better has an edge, and I think in this scenario that's going to be their edge.
I see you.
So,
well, I agree with both of you on that actually, and let's move on to the rest of these seeds. We got Denver in the first seed, facing the 8th, and then we got Memphis in the 2nd seed facing the 7th. Let's talk about the Suns versus the Clippers, 4 and 5. Who's winning that game?
Definitely the Suns. Paul George, it sounds like he's going to get reevaluated. Paul George is out with an injury. He's getting reevaluated. I think if Paul George is healthy, then they have a chance. But
you're coming back off an injury, though.
Exactly. And the Suns have KD, Devin Booker, and Chris Paul. And DeAndre Ayton. So those 4 alone are really, really good. So, but I think the Clippers could match up if they have Paul George. You put Kawhi on KD. You put Paul George on Devin Booker, and then you got Russell Westbrook on Chris Paul. I think that matchup is pretty decent. Who do you put on DeAndre Ayton? I don't know, but I
love this insight from Mr. Winston.
Isn't
Isn't it nice? I love it.
It's all facts.
It is all facts, dude. I love it. You're in this shit. Let's talk about the war. Or no, who you got for that game? Then I should keep going around.
It just depends. I think that the Suns have no reason to lose that, but the Clippers, if the Clippers show up, they have, with Kawhi, Kawhi's two-way ability, he's obviously he's injury prone and he's not what he once was, but his ability to just kind of if Kawhi is on KD, for example, that's going to be a fun matchup to watch as a fan.
Yeah, that's a good matchup to watch.
And then if they rotate and they try to throw Paul George, well, he's not going to really be participating, but if you try to switch Kawhi then back on to Devin Booker, if Devin Booker has the ball, I think Devin Booker will probably get bullied, but he'll have and one foul trouble. That's just kind of one of his bread and butters. We've all seen Devin Booker hit the and one on the 3, and then sit there, lay down with his head like this, trying to be trying to see if he made it, and then all the memes, just when homegirl puts her hair back, it's damn. But no,
that's a good one.
I
like that.
That's gonna be fun to watch, honestly, as a fan. Just simply put, I kind of I don't want to applaud the Clippers, but I want the Suns to lose.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I want the Suns to lose. I'm worried
Clippers
about,
are a rival of the Warriors, and I don't want them to win, but I would rather see them in some circumstance than the Suns.
as a Nuggets fan, I'm worried about the healthy Suns and the Kings. That's who I'm worried about. I'm not worried about Memphis. I'm not worried about
Golden State.
Golden State, really. I'm not really worried about the Clippers. Not worried about the Lakers. Not worried about anyone else other than the Suns and the Kings.
Okay, and this is a Denver Nuggets expert right here, dude. All right?
I know
It's my
about
man.
answer, but-
Yeah, you do your thing. You do your thing, dude. Let's talk Eastern Conference. How about these play-in tournaments here? Like I said, these play-ins are, subject to change, but these are a little more locked in than
we
the other
actually have
ones.
one more in the Western Conference.
Oh, really? Oh,
have-
did we skip one?
we
What
have
did I skip?
Kings,
Oh, I did
Warriors.
skip it. I apologize. My
Kings,
bad,
Warriors.
Dave.
What do
Let's let Dave kick this one off with the Warriors versus the Kings. That's
so-
a hard win for the Golden State Warriors,
Yeah,
man.
that's tough.
It'd be
That's
fun though,
big
because
tough.
it's
What if they do it though?
Mike Brown going against Steve Kerr, his
If
former
they
head
do it,
coach.
if
I mean, I think the Warriors could win against anyone in the first round other than the Nuggets. I think, and I'm biased, obviously, but I think the Warriors have championship caliber team.
So I mean, we have the most playoff/championship experience in the NBA by a huge metric. It's like not even close because we have Steph, Clay, and Dre, like starting three that have gotten like how many appearances in the NBA Finals. So that being said, we kind of know how to prioritize like what's important when it comes to ball in the postseason. And I think like last year, if you would have asked me, are the Warriors going to win the NBA Finals? I would have told you probably not. But Winston and I got to see with our own two eyes Game 3 against the Nuggets that like the Nuggets had that game in the bag, and out of nowhere, like probably a minute or so left, Jokic was trying to back up. Like he wasn't quite in the paint yet, but he was in like deep 2 range, and he was trying to like post up Draymond, and Draymond just steals the ball, and that was kind of the momentum swing that we needed. So like that being said,
freaking Draymond, dude.
that's what and if the Warriors are gonna have everyone back, like if we're gonna have Andrew Wiggins back, he was like 22 a night in the postseason last year. Like he got posters against Luka, he got a poster against Memphis. Like we all remember these things. We've got so much talent to spread the ball around. We're a very frustrating team to guard, especially with Steph. So that, and also another thing to consider, Clay is having his best 3-point shooting year of his career. He's hit more threes this year than, if I'm not mistaken, he's ever hit. So
be careful.
So Clay is on.
Careful.
Clay's on, not necessarily on fire, but he's streaky. So
Yeah.
I mean,
he can have a really good game against you.
in our defense is good. The only question mark is our bench. Our bench is like,
Yeah.
it's like goddamn. Like we have Jonathan Kuminga, who's a beast. We have like Moses Moody, who's like really good offensively, but I don't know quite defensively. So it's just going to be a game of matchups. Like, let's face it, like De'Aaron Fox is not getting stopped. Domantas Sabonis is not getting stopped. But how can we get Draymond to interrupt what they want to do? Because if like we can stop the fast break, because De'Aaron Fox lives on the fast break. I want to say they're one of the most fast break prone teams in the league. Makes sense. So we can't like we play small ball, as everyone knows. We got Kevin Looney, who's our like big man. Shout out Kevin Looney, he's a dog. But like we don't win the offensive board game. You know what I mean? We have to just put up a bunch of shots and then manage to win. And that's their same key to victory. I have no idea who to bet on, but I'm happy with whoever wins this, because if the Warriors win, obviously that's my team. The Kings used to play in Kansas City in the 80s. So I've always been a fan of the Kings. They've always been kind of like the fucking black sheep of California basketball, like the least popular franchise. And I'm happy to see it. Like I was a fan of them back when Boogie was the best dude on the team. So if they win, whoever wins that series is Western Conference Finals bound, more so the Kings. But if the Warriors do it, that's a huge test. If the Warriors can beat the Kings, that says that our defense is competent enough for anyone in the West. Now, Warriors Nuggets.
Yeah, if they beat the Kings, I'm gonna be like
Warriors Nuggets.
Okay, I'm gonna
for
be like,
Western
whoa.
Conference Finals, if that's even bracketably possible.
Yeah.
Insane. Like
We're
gonna go to a game and we're gonna spend a lot of money.
Yeah. No, I would definitely be down to go.
We just
Don't
gotta
you
go.
guys, don't you
we're-
guys have to keep it up though? Like, can't you lose the 6th seed? I'm pretty sure you guys
Yeah.
can lose that.
I mean,
like,
they-
you guys got to keep
low-key-
it up right now.
Low key, I wouldn't mind if we end up as the 7th seed, because then that puts us playing Memphis, and I think we match up a little bit better.
But you have to play in the
You got to
play-in
play in the
game
play-in
if you're in
against the
7th seed.
Pelicans or something.
Yeah, we would have to like win the play-in
Yeah.
right away. So I don't want to be in the play-in. I never want to humor having to earn your spot. But if that being a case, that's kind of a blessing in disguise.
You guys aren't
low-key.
locked yet.
No.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you
If
for
we
wanting to go
win-
against Memphis.
If we win our next game, and then it's like with us winning, and then I think one other team losing or two other teams losing, that means we are
You need
we
the
missed the
Lakers to
plan.
lose, for
We'll
sure.
we'll guarantee our 6 seed or better.
you need the Lakers to lose. For
Yeah.
sure. They're 7
I think it's
seed.
like Lakers and Clippers lose,
Pelicans.
and then we win.
And you need the Pelicans to lose too, because they're 41-39 as well.
yeah, one of those. Well, I don't know what our matchups are, because like some of those teams will play twice a year, so those are kind of like.
Lakers have the tiebreaker on you guys.
Mm-hmm. So that's why we're like, when we only had one game more or one more win, we're only a half game ahead of them.
We'll see what happens, man. It's pretty crazy in the West.
Crunch time.
Let's talk East a little bit. We got 10-9, Toronto and Chicago, 40-40, 38-42. What are you thinking in that? If who you picking? I guess I could say. On the wins.
I thought the 7 and the 10 play against each other, and the 8 and the 9.
No, I got 9-10, and then 7-8 on this Eastern Conference
They play
on
against each other?
NBA.com. Yeah, right now, yeah,
Huh.
where we're standing, yeah, 7-8, and then 9-10,
Okay.
and then we get the winner of 9-10 and the winner of 7-8.
Toronto's a really good, really well coached team. So I'd probably go with Toronto.
Toronto over the Bulls.
Yeah, they have Pascal Siakam, but
Hot sauce.
What else do you say?
yeah. I mean, Chicago's got Zach LaVine and then DeMar DeRozan, and then Nikola Vujacic, something like that.
Nice.
So they have some decent players, but
Who
yeah.
you thinking, Dave? Who's winning that game if it stands?
I mean, it's not a lot of like apples to apples comparison. It's
I
like,
see you.
who does Chicago have? Zach LaVine, and then beyond that.
DeMar DeRozan.
Oh
And
yeah.
Nikola, I just listed him.
So I mean,
I just
Maybe.
said everybody.
but the fact that those players don't like jump out to me just tells me that they're like not as synonymous with winning as they are just being popular players. So not outright, just within Chicago.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a coin flip for me, to be honest.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bet on that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't be comfortable either.
Yeah, same. I'm just gonna randomly say Toronto. Let's talk 7-8 though. Atlanta and Miami. Atlanta and Miami.
You got-
Miami sitting at 43-37. Then we got Atlanta 41-39.
Got Miami all the way.
You think
Yeah,
so?
I got Miami.
Tyler
Yeah.
Hero, Jimmy Butler.
Tyler Hero, bro.
They're definitely a better team.
Yeah.
And they're really well coached.
Who does Atlanta have?
Eric Spoelstra.
They have Trey Young.
They got Trey Young. I think John Collins, Clint Capella.
I see you.
That's pretty much it as far
Well,
as stars.
This is if it stands, you know.
And the
And
Heat
then-
have seen the postseason with the Jimmy Butler era, so they know what it looks like to go on a run.
For sure. They went to the finals.
The
a couple
Trey
years
Young and
ago.
company don't really know what this looks like.
Yeah.
Well, the 7 seed, whoever wins that game is gonna have to play Boston. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. You're out.
On
Yeah.
top of that, Miami
Facts.
plays good defense as to where like Atlanta's got
Yeah.
historically bad defense.
For sure.
Especially because of Trey Young.
Yeah, and then I mean, yeah, that's what's happening. And we got Milwaukee number 1, Celtics number 2, waiting on their lunch basically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? They're waiting on their lunch for this next first
Yeah.
round. But let's talk Cleveland and let's talk the Knicks. Who's winning that?
Cleveland,
and
easy.
why?
Knicks got first round exit written all over them.
We were talking about it earlier
Knicks
a little bit.
when you watch Knicks basketball, it's like they have moments of like what seems like chemistry when you see their players doing the thing, and the next thing you know, they'll call a timeout and then they'll substitute a player, and you're like, damn, you guys look like you were going on a little bit of run. Like Julius Randle can put the team on his back for moments because he's a good scorer. We all know this, but besides that, like, didn't they get one of the players from Memphis or
They got Jalen Brunson from
Yeah.
Dallas.
from Dallas? Sorry, so like he's a great player, but like all things considered, like I don't
Right.
know. I just don't
I
see
got
the Knicks.
Cleveland too. You got Cleveland too, right?
I think so. I mean, the Knicks decent.
They can
squad.
do it. They can do
Julius
it.
Randle averaging.
They really
25.
can. But I just
Randall's a beast. That's the best dude on that team.
Brunson's averaging 24. RJ Barrett's averaging 20. Quickly is averaging 15. He's a really good defensive player. So I mean, they got a decent squad. Now, can they beat the Cavaliers with Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley? I don't think so.
Let's not forget Donovan Mitchell with him and Rudy Gobert in Utah. Again, this is kind of like basketball math. This doesn't necessarily work. But Donovan Mitchell is like a rookie, took out like MVP Russell Westbrook in OKC with like Steve Adams and other competent players basically by himself. So I think that he will have no issues going against the Knicks. Now that doesn't work. This is not like math that you can equivalate to wins.
It's not how it
But
works, but
the rationale that Donovan Mitchell, he's done it before. He's gone against a team that was more talented and like put the team on his back per se.
Yeah.
So
I think Knicks have better coaching because they have Tom Thibodeau.
that's a fact.
But Donovan Mitchell's just a beast, and players win games, and Donovan Mitchell's by far the best player on that court.
doing good this year.
I've been such a fan of him since he left Utah. Like,
Yeah, I was a fan with him with Utah.
I was too, but I'm not a fan of that franchise.
Same.
I don't like the people there.
Sorry, Jazz.
It's just they're notorious franchise. Like they're the franchise.
We're not
that
a Jazz podcast,
Well,
right?
like we're not hating, but like it's why is it like so unanimous? Or like the consensus in the NBA is if you're more likely to get yelled racial obscenities by the fans, it's most likely going to happen there.
someone
Like,
in Utah just shut
It's not
the shit
even.
off.
It's not even close.
Someone in Utah was all exit.
So like I'm not trying to call anybody out. I'm just like happy that they lost someone that was that talented, and now they're just like doing great elsewhere. That just makes me happy.
Yeah, facts.
Let's talk about the Philly versus Brooklyn, dude. I think that's a great game. The Nets can do it, but I mean 76ers got that MVP on their team. I don't know if you're going to really do it. I guarantee those odds are going to be against you.
Yeah.
But I still think they could do it randomly, like kind of like if it were to happen, kind of like the Warriors pulling it off against the Kings. It's like, whoa.
Yeah. I mean, the Nets don't have any stars. I mean, they got Mikal
They
Bridges.
got rid of everybody.
Mikal Bridges is averaging 27 points. He's killing it this year. He used to be with the Suns. And they got Dinwiddie, former CU player. Shout out him.
Dinwiddie.
But, I mean, you got Joel Embiid averaging 33 points.
You got the MVP on your team. You're guaranteed to
And
win,
they have
basically.
James Harden, right?
but-
James Harden averaging 21 points and 10 assists. And then you got Maxey, which is a really good young player,
Absolutely.
averaging 20 points. So, I mean, Philly's just a better team than
doing
Brooklyn.
good this year, man.
It would be extra
3
Philly
seed.
of them to lose, though.
It would,
Would be
but
very Philly of them.
I just don't see it happening.
Against the Nets, too. That would be
Yeah.
the Nets after a rebuild.
Watch the Nets go to the Eastern Conference Finals without Kyrie and fucking KD. That'd be so funny. I don't actually see that happening,
yeah.
but for the sake of humor, it'd be like a big slap to the face.
Do you know how hype Jay-Z would get if the Nets won
Super hype.
against this 3rd seed, if it happens? I don't know. They're a little more. Brooklyn's a little more locked in than I would say the Warriors are for their 6th seed, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think they can only switch with Miami,
Yeah,
and they're a full game.
they're a full game.
What are you trying to say?
Yeah, he's all say it, dudes.
I think the bottom team of the bottom teams of the Western Conference are better than the bottom teams of the Eastern Conference. But the top 3 teams of the Eastern Conference are like really, really good.
I mean, look at Milwaukee, 58-22, dude. Like, damn, son.
yeah, Milwaukee's almost guaranteed to go to the Eastern Conference Finals.
That's the team that I wouldn't like. If the Warriors can somehow, or any team from the West can squeeze their way to the NBA Finals, the only team that I think that is like unstoppable is Milwaukee. Like Boston, take this with a grain of salt. Like Warriors have their number, and if the Warriors have a blueprint to beating Boston, a lot of teams can mimic said blueprint. Will they execute? That's to be determined. But
Do they have the tools?
Boston has such a good defensive lineup. Like we saw it last year, they had like a 70-some% chance to win. Like the odds were super in their favor against the Warriors. Warriors beat them in like, what was it, 6 games?
I
Like,
think so.
so
Yep.
we never like the reason I say that is just like Giannis is one of those players where if Giannis decides tonight's the night I drop 40 points, then that's what he's gonna do. There's not a single thing you can do to stop him other than maybe try to pick a fight with him and get him ejected.
Yeah.
There's not a single thing.
There's no one that can match up with him and guard him really, really well.
Nope. I mean, you could put like I always say Draymond's a great defender. Put Draymond on Giannis, and Giannis is gonna put like 25 on his head.
Oh,
Without
like
even
30.
Yeah, easy. So, and I don't know. I just don't think that Giannis. There's a genetic formula that exists at this moment to stop that. The only thing that stops him is himself, and he's got Chris Middleton now, which is what he didn't have last year. So he has no reason, I think, to lose. Like, no exaggeration. I think they're probably my favorites for the entire NBA right now.
Yeah, for the championship.
Mm-hmm. Like, if I was going to bet on who's going to, like, win the NBA championship, that's my favorite.
I like it.
Yeah, those are good odds.
Milwaukee,
Those are good,
bro.
those are good odds, dude. Pulling them up. We're gonna start talking March Madness here in a sec.
Whoa, breaking news. Jaylen Brown. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Jaylen Brown cut hand on vase. Celtic star expects to be ready for playoffs after receiving 5 stitches in his hand.
Why are you playing with a vase, dude?
Stupid.
Why are you playing with a vase?
I could show you. See what.
During finals time, or not finals time, tournament time, dude, you're going to cut. Damn, he is. Looks like a
little casting
snowboard
thing.
glove, dude.
Holy
He is wrapped up.
So we got Milwaukee
How big
Bucks
was this vase?
plus 240, the
Wow.
favorites. Then we have the Celtics plus 360.
Okay.
Then we have the Suns at plus 500. They're the favorites coming out of the West. That's a little odd.
That's a little odd. Yeah.
Is this based on partial odds from people's money already being spent?
I'm sure, yeah.
Because KD went and the odds
That's
probably
crazy.
just swung.
They're like the 4 seed.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why?
Then we got the 76ers plus 850. Nuggets plus 950.
How are we under all of these teams?
Get this, Warriors plus 950. The Warriors are tied
How
with
do
the
you
Nuggets.
guys have the same odds as us?
I don't know.
That
Put,
doesn't make
put
sense.
money on the fucking Nuggets, dude.
Yeah,
Fuck,
what?
Fuck Vegas.
That's
No, I'm
good
just kidding.
odds, dude. No, but honestly, those are good odds.
Dude, Memphis.
To pick 'em up.
Memphis Grizzlies, the 2 seed, plus 1,900.
They're the 2nd seed.
Yeah, I know.
Damn, they aren't giving the
Dude,
West any.
The Kings plus 6,500.
That's
a
bet.
good pick. That's the bet. That might be the bet, dude. Holy shit. That's on FanDuel?
Yep.
Plus 6,000?
So what? If
I'm
you bet,
picking that
if you
up.
bet $10, do you get like 600?
Yeah. 600,
650.
yeah. I might
$650.
throw money on that, dude. The Kings can do it.
Yeah, I mean that's to win the. So they have to.
But
they would
that's
have
us
to,
betting against our Nuggets.
and they would have to beat the Bucks, 76ers, or the
I don't know if
Celtics.
they're doing that. I don't know.
I think they could make it out of the West, but I don't see them beating
I
the
think
Bucks.
the Bucks would beat them
For
in
sure.
a finals,
And that's-
especially in a finals that the Kings have. That's too big of a stage for them.
Yeah,
That's too much pressure, dude.
yeah. But I mean, 6,500 odds.
That's a good pick. I don't know if I'd bet 10, but I'd throw $5 on her.
yeah.
I mean, shit.
I mean, that's crazy.
Throw
The
$5
the
on
Lakers,
her.
the Lakers have plus
Even the
3,000.
plus 900 for the Nuggets. That's a good. The Nuggets can beat the Bucks. They're gonna have to try hard, but
Yeah.
it's gonna. They could
could.
do it. They could do it.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
Giannis could guard Jokic, but and we don't have really anyone to guard Giannis. I'd say Aaron Gordon we'd probably throw on him or Jeff Green,
Yeah.
but they're not stopping him.
They
No,
ain't
one,
sto-
no,
no
one's
one's stopping him.
No one's stopping Giannis. Anywhere.
We just have to outscore him.
Yep.
That's
facts.
literally it. But wow, those odds are throwing me for a loop. Let's
That's
talk
crazy.
March Madness. Let's talk March
Now that it's
Madness.
ended.
Now that it's gone, bye
Yeah.
March Madness.
But
Let's
hold on,
start-
but before we get into March Madness, I just want to say, did you guys see that the team, I don't even know the name of it, but the team that Matt McClung plays for in the G League won the G League championship?
I did not see
Oh.
that.
That just happened. Like, I
And
want to
that
say
is one Matt McClung that went
Dunk
off for the
contest.
dunk contest. Went
Yeah.
off. Crazy.
Yeah, that. Well, regardless, for those who aren't familiar, the G League is like the developmental league for the NBA. If you go back to the history, it originally got started. This is going to sound pretty crazy, but the first player ever signed to the G League was Chris Birdman Anderson.
Hell yeah.
They basically designed it for a player like him. They were like, damn, this dude's really raw, but he's too good to stay in college. So we got to give you that little like entry level. And the G League also gets utilized for players coming off injury. It's a way to get back in basketball shape with less pressure. It's awesome. But Matt McClung, you won the dunk contest. You deserve to be on a team. He averages like 30 a night in the G League.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
see how he
We
plays
got
in
some
the NBA.
comments.
I seen him.
Oh, okay. All right. So Brandon Franklin said Denver all the way. Denver versus 76ers or Milwaukee. Don't matter who we win in.
That'd be pretty fun. Dude,
Hell
I
yeah.
think Denver's going far, man. I really
Yeah,
think they are.
I hope so. I'm only worried about Phoenix. If they're the 4 seed, we will face them in the second round if they win. You know, obviously that's a big test. And
That'd be a
then
huge test, yeah.
Western Conference Finals, probably looking at either Memphis or the Kings. I mean, either one of those are, you know, tests for sure. I'd rather go against Memphis than the Kings, but,
Right.
you know.
Should have worn my Nuggets hat today. Where's your Nuggets hat? No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
But let's talk March Madness. We had UConn. I mean, I hate to tell you guys. I hate to say "told you so." I know you guys don't give a shit, but I told you so.
Yeah.
UConn won, dude.
You called UConn.
Called UConn in the
Total
Final Four.
basketball school, both men and women.
Yep.
Yeah, they did it. They did it. Not much else to say. I mean, they destroyed. What was that stat you said?
They beat every single team by double digits, which is like unheard
That
of
was
in,
their tournament.
in March Madness.
That was their tournament.
Yeah,
Like,
that's crazy.
they destroyed. UConn destroyed. Good job, UConn. I should have put money on it.
Yeah.
Should have put money
I
on
had
it.
money on San Diego State
Wow.
Yeah.
And they only got
in the
like
Final Four.
59 points.
Yeah.
for that last finals game.
Didn't they lose on like a last-minute shot?
San Diego State? No, they beat FAU in a last-second shot.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, in the Final Four.
Everybody thought FAU was going to win.
Yep. It was a good game.
Good game.
UConn's 5th national championship since 1999,
Insane.
which is like more than any other school.
Mm.
Which is definitely more than
That's
any other
pretty.
school.
That's pretty dope, dude.
No, it
Shout
is.
out Connecticut.
I remember last time I watched them when we were in college when they won. Who was I want to say it was like a point guard for them that went to the league.
Kemba Walker,
Not that year specifically, but
Jeremy Lamb.
maybe
Something
him.
Lamb.
Regardless, that was like that school just churns natties in our lifetime.
Yeah. They took a break. It's been a while since they were competitive, but this year they fucking killed it.
And the UConn girls has won a bunch of natties.
Oh, for sure.
So-
Let's talk girls tournament.
Yeah.
Let's talk girls tournament. LSU pulling the craziness.
First of all, we didn't even
They were
We didn't
huge
even talk about-
underdogs. Huge underdogs.
we should rewind to the Final Four because we had South Carolina like
We
doing-
did
we
have
had to-
South Carolina.
They were like
all of us said South
They were
Carolina
like
was gonna win.
minus 2,500 favorites going into that game.
Taken out by Caitlin Clark herself.
Yeah.
Iowa.
I think she had like 40 points and 10 assists or some shit.
She's had like a double or
Regardless,
I don't know
she-
about triple double, but
She just
she's
went
been
the
going
fuck
off. That girl is going off or went off. I mean, it's over now, but
Yeah.
it was cool to see. I didn't watch the Final Four games, but I did watch that finals, and it was a good game.
Yeah.
LSU, like I said, dude, LSU pulled it against the odds. Everybody was looking at Caitlin Clark, but you got to look at the whole LSU team. That whole team did great.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's kind of like the NBA Finals odds. Like, what the fuck?
What the fuck, right? Yeah, those odds were crazy. Those odds were crazy, bro.
Yeah.
If you really looked at those odds before that game, everybody said LSU was going to lose because everyone was so high on Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
They're like, this chick just pulled 40 points in the last game.
Yep.
No one's going to stop her. She's heating up for that finals game, and they didn't shut her out. She still went off,
Yeah.
but it wasn't enough. I mean, we had I was telling you guys about that Jasmine Carson's. She went off. She only had like 2-3 points in the last 5 games or something, 3 games. And then she dropped like 26 points and whatever her other stats were. And then taking out Iowa.
Yep.
I mean, not much else to say other than that.
Do you guys think she should go pro, or do you guys think she should come back?
Clark?
Yeah.
She has one more year, right? She's a junior.
I think so. I think she can come back for another year.
She's a junior. Angel Reese is a sophomore. They got years. I don't know. I don't watch that WNBA, so I really don't know how competitive it is like that. Do you think? I mean, she's dropping 40 points.
Yeah. I mean, she'll make more money.
She's at a
She'll
very
make way more money.
interesting corner though, because she's like they have the NIL deals.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that if she decides to stay, her NIL money will it'll never get better than it is based on her popularity now.
For sure.
But she's also gambling with, can I put up a similar year than the year I just made? Because if you fathom you can't, or risk that you can't,
yeah.
your draft stock drops dramatically.
Yeah.
It's
a different deal now with the NIL. Before NIL, absolutely 100%.
you go league, you go
Bye.
league,
Exactly.
you go get
Yeah.
your check. You've been working
Go
your whole
get the
life for
check.
this. Now you're securing the back. There's a lot of these college students are entering the like NFL, NBA. Like I can't speak to the NIL deals for WNBA, but a lot of those dudes are walking onto like the pro fields a millionaire, which changes a lot.
Mhm.
That changes so much because when you're not like when you're trying to go secure those millions per se, you're hungrier, but you're also kind of a yes man or yes person per se. And by doing that, like you have less it's like less empowerment. You know what I'm saying? And
For
so
sure.
when you walk in the league and you have a little bit of like you have some capacity of generational wealth, you've kind of earned a bag, you're a little bit more conscious of your career and a little less eager just to prove yourself. And I think that'll just like the cream rise to the top. And I think that's what we're going to get.
Yep.
Now, we're also going to get a bunch of players like the Christian Leitners, you know what I'm saying, who are going to get the NIL deals, who by the time they go league, everyone's going to look around the room and be like, they never had it. They were just good when they were. But if I was a college student, bro, I would try to ride out that eligibility, bro.
Really?
Take an extra year, but like I also have the mentality that like I'm just earning a bag and I don't want to like lose set bag. You know what I mean?
I look bigger picture though. I look more future. Like if I'm Caitlin Clark and I'm in her shoes, I'm going to the league. Going to the league and playing my hardest and trying to prove myself there before I get hurt in this potential next year. She can get hurt in this college year and then never play for the league.
True.
Why would you even risk it for a little bit of the same money you're probably going to be getting? Like,
Yeah.
go get your money, go get your bag, and then compete against the best in the world and try and prove yourself against the best of the world.
So, what do you guys think is more popular? Do you think the NCAA women's is more popular than the WNBA?
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's an
I do.
argument.
I
I
do.
think
I
that
do.
the NCAA is more.
I can say.
I didn't watch.
I can say why. Though.
I've never watched a game of the WNBA.
No, me neither.
I was in tune for these finals.
When the WNBA finals are going
You're
on,
so right.
I don't even hear about
So-
it.
He's so right.
So,
wow. Okay.
the
Well,
reason
that
I think-
counters my argument pretty strongly.
Well, I mean, but
No,
you're
well-
going to have guaranteed money, though, in the WNBA.
you're
So
guaranteed money and the injuries, man. That's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking. If I'm an athlete, you only have a certain amount of time if you're an athlete.
And the NIL is only sponsorships. You can still get those as a WNBA player.
You can, man.
Yeah.
It's
I
about
would-
how you make your career. If she's dropping 40 points every game, people are gonna be like, "Dang, Caitlin Clark's still making it."
Yeah.
Like the people that will tune in. But
I would rather go to a like a WNCAA game, basketball game, than a WNBA game for like a simple reason. 2 words: student section. Like simple as that. Like those,
this guy.
no, for real. I'm saying like the.
He's like, fine, college students, sign me up.
No,
Yeah, no,
like
this guy.
we've all like okay, so we graduated from
and his Wu-Tang Crocs.
yes sir,
Dude,
So
come
hold
on, dude.
but we all graduated from a Division II athletic college. Okay, so like we still filled every student section of every game that we attended. You know what I'm saying? And it was still a vibe.
It was
so
a vibe.
imagine that, but Division I, where your student body isn't like 5K, it's like 20K. That's an entirely different boat. So like it's so easy for students who don't have to pay a penny to go sit in those bleachers to be incentivized to go fill those bleachers.
Yeah.
And then you as a fan, by proxy, are going to have just a better time. Like I saw this TikTok where this dude was walking around and he was just like, I'll give you $1 or I'll give you a front row seat to a WNBA playoff game. And almost every single person took the $1. So that does I'm not saying that that's like good or bad, but like I don't know, I think college football games, like with the exception of Chiefs games, I think college football games are way rowdier than your average pro game. You know what I'm saying?
So
I
if
see.
you're like attending a game, then you
That's exactly what I'm saying. The product is going to be better in the WNBA as far as the on-court product.
Yeah.
But the experience as a fan, the hype, like I feel
I
like
think is like,
college is just unparalleled. I think that applies to almost all sports.
but you're Caitlin Clark and you're at Iowa.
Yeah.
Like you're at Iowa. Like,
I mean,
are
bro,
they even gonna get it?
They're gonna
back
get the
there
bag.
next year.
Oh well, the school I can't
You know
speak
what
to
I
the
mean?
school, but
Like,
Probably.
she's gonna get the
I
bag.
could see it, but probably.
So hear me out.
but
in,
I mean,
in some cases,
no one thought they were gonna be there this year.
Yeah,
So what
in
makes
the
it-
championship? Yeah.
Yeah, true in the championship, but what makes I don't know. I guess we'll have to see next year.
I
See
mean-
what happens. There's a lot of changes. A lot of things are gonna happen. So
we don't know the dollars that they're talking about, but like there are, I guarantee you right now, there's some NIL college like D1 football players who we all know who like their draft stock is probably like a day 3 or a day 4 guy, and they know that. But because they go to like East Virginia University or something like that, and they're like the one dude on that whole team that's got league written all over them, they're probably racking in an NIL deal that's competent, if not more than what their rookie contract's going to be. Like, there's dudes who are walking into the NFL with like $10 million, $5 million in their pocket already, and they're going to go take a rookie deal in the 5th round for like $500K a year. You know what I'm saying? So I can't speak to the female basketball NIL deals or what any of that money looks like, or the WNBA salary. I'm sure it's trash. I'm sure that they're not making a lot of money.
Yeah.
But that being said, she might be financially incentivized to take the NIL money as opposed to the WNBA money.
I mean, there's a lot of women that played in the NCAA, and I knew who they were, and I knew they were really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go to the WNBA, and I have no idea who they play for. Like, there was this one girl from UConn. She was really good. I forgot her name, but she was really good, and I have no idea who she plays for in the WNBA.
True. They get like lost in the.
Brittany Griner. I know she played for Baylor in the NCAA.
don't know who she's with.
No idea.
Yeah,
who
I bet
she's
you
playing
couldn't name
with.
5 teams in the WNBA.
No.
The
Not
LA
see what I mean?
Sparks.
okay. LA Sparks.
There's the Liberty, like the
New York Liberty. Yeah.
2.
There's the
Two
Washington.
teams.
They have Washington has a team. It's like not the Wizards.
Yeah,
but it's
I
like
can-
it's-
I
has
can
a
name the
team,
cities,
yeah.
but I can't name the
Has
mascots,
a
though.
team. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to name
The
the
mascots
team.
is the hard part.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
I only know the
let's-
Sparks because Magic Johnson owns them
Oh, really?
or owned part of them.
Congrats to LSU. Congrats to UConn for your dubs in March Madness. That's what's up.
What up, Potato? I see you in the chat.
What up, Potato? PT. Let's talk MLB a little bit. Hit me with a whistle, dude.
There's no whistles in the movie.
Don't hit me with a whistle.
Yeah.
Really?
Ricky's in the stands. Where's the whistle?
Why isn't he whistling to get his attention? That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's all dun 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 dun. Dun. There's just whistles.
Right.
I don't watch baseball, yo.
So, one thing worth mentioning on baseball this year,
Rays haven't lost
since they've added the pitch timer rule and whatnot. MLB games have averaged 25 minutes less in length.
That's nice.
That's great.
Isn't that nice?
And I watched a video. I might have mentioned this prior, but it showed because before they would take their sweet ass time. They would try to get the batters all anxious at bat forever and not pitch it to them. And this, it was an entire inning took place in one at bat because of how the cadence of the plays.
One at bat. Oh
no,
my
that
God.
one at bat
that would
before...
annoy me. That's why I don't go, bro.
You go.
What
and
are we doing?
You get drunk.
I know everybody's just going to party. It's not even.
No,
they don't even
seventh
care
inning
about,
stand.
No one
is
even
what
watches
everyone
baseball.
cares about.
Yeah.
Seventh inning stand and beyond is cool, especially when the games are back and forth. Outside of that,
I've never been to a Rockies game.
Really?
we're gonna go.
They're pretty fun.
It's fun.
Yeah, but it's the atmosphere. It's not.
I'm getting
it's like
blackout.
the NCAA.
I'm blacking out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna black out and throw up on myself. If we're going to the Rockies,
Bring some sunscreen.
I'm gonna throw up on myself.
The
How about
whole
that?
stadium is in the sun.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Sunscreen.
The whole stadium?
The entire stadium.
And
I don't know.
some
I'm
shooters.
gonna have an umbrella like one of those race ladies watching.
Just
the
the
horse
visor
races.
with the umbrella.
Yeah.
That's a good
Nah,
idea.
bro, big umbrella. I don't care about nobody behind me.
Oh yeah, I
I'm
forgot
hiding
about
from
that.
the sun. I'd be like, you can get under here too. I don't know.
Coors, did you know beers or Coors beers products are cheaper than pop at Coors Field?
Really?
Yeah.
That's dope. Hell yeah, keep that going.
They're about that life.
Yeah.
It's Coors Field. If you go to Coors and you don't get one of those Rocky Mountain banquet hitters, you didn't go to Coors.
Yeah. I like all this Bud Light hate. Have you seen those Bud Light jokes?
Oh,
that you
yes.
drink Bud Light
Everybody's
your day?
hating. Yeah, dude.
It's great because I've been a
Haters.
Coors Light guy for a really long time. So
It just I'm Team Coors Light because
I'm Team Coors Light.
It just tastes better.
We're from Colorado. That's why.
yeah.
I mean I used to like Bud Light, but then
I've never
Coors-
really liked Bud Light.
Coors
Not
Light's
a Bud
just
Light guy.
way better.
I don't really like light beer. I don't really like. I like hard liquor, bro.
Yeah.
So beer for me, I don't really. You like beer though, huh, Deryk? I think you like any
Drinking
beer.
Coors right now.
Yeah, see Coors. Well, we're in
The
the
banquet
Rocky
beer.
Mountains. A lot of people don't like Coors though. A lot of people
I don't
hate
like
Coors.
Banquet that much, but I like.
I like
Coors
Banquet
Light.
more than the light. I
Really?
don't like
I
the
prefer
light.
light.
Very much.
I prefer light.
Light's
Just
like water.
Water, bro. Yeah.
It
Why
gets me
even?
drunk. Drunk
Yeah,
water.
it gets me drunk.
Sounds good.
It's like
No, I'm
Not
good.
yet.
let me.
Is that a
before we-
16 ouncer? Holy shit!
This man is going in.
Might as well get a
Yo, what
40,
time
bro.
is
What
it,
the
bro?
fuck?
It ain't
Yeah.
even. Oh, it's 5:00. He can do whatever he wants.
Nice, good for you, Derek.
Yeah. All right. I mean, MLB. There's not much to talk about. Actually, I didn't know we were so early.
The Royals
I mean,
are ass. We're like the
the
worst
Royals-
in baseball.
All right. Where
That's
the
not my
Royals at? Are
team.
they in the American League?
I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, they are.
Yes.
1-6. Yeah.
They're the
doing
laughing
terrible.
stock. That's not my
Laughing
team.
stock.
I don't.
Good
no,
job,
the,
dude.
The teams that I claim because
You have to claim them. You're from KC.
I'm
You're from KC, but you're from Missouri. My bad.
So we have two
It's
teams.
the same thing.
We have two baseball teams in Missouri.
I mean, you guys.
guys
I feel like
cherry
Missouri
picking.
should just have one city, just Kansas City. Like what?
Well,
what do we
hold
do?
up though. So I claim so my dad's side of the family is from New York, so they're diehard Yankees fans.
Ah,
So I've always rooted for the Yankees. And then my mom's side of the family is from
Yankees.
St. Louis, so on that side of the family they root for the Cardinals. So I've just rooted for both, but that would be the best World Series for me because that's both.
Just happen to be the two best franchises of all time, the
Right.
Cardinals and the Yankees.
Well, if the bitch hold on, if the bitch ass Dodgers wouldn't have left Ebbets Field in Brooklyn for L.A., then I wouldn't. It would be fuck the Yankees.
if the Dodgers were in Brooklyn, bro, that'd be fire.
That's what they used to be.
that would
Yeah,
be
I know.
so fire.
Ebbets
honestly.
Field, bro. That shit. So as soon as they left, because I wasn't alive for that, obviously, but my grandparents were.
Yeah.
So when that happened, they were like, "Fuck the Dodgers. I guess we're going for the Yankees," because they all represent different boroughs of New York. So Brooklyn was the Dodgers, the Bronx is the Yankees, and then the Mets. Who cares about the Mets?
Dude, I feel bad for the Mets, bro. They're like
No
the
one gives a-
redheaded stepchild.
They
one
have
cares
they're
about.
cursed. They are cursed. Their best player, that one dude in the baseball World
They're
Classic,
doing better than.
tore his PCL dancing.
They're
celebrating a win.
They're second place in their division right now.
They're cursed though. They just can't.
Yeah, they're probably not going to stay
There
there.
was even that World Series where it was Yankees Mets, and we all know how that ended.
Yeah.
How about them Rockies 3-4, baby?
3-4 Rockies.
Woo!
Hopefully can make the playoffs.
They'll hopefully make it.
Doubt it, but
It
Doubt
sucks because altitude is the worst for pitchers. Like that just
Is
it's
it?
just it's no
Didn't know that.
exaggeration.
travels further.
It's the ball is
I see
like
you.
has less resistance in the air or whatever the shit may be. So that being said, like unfortunately, shy of grooming your own talent via farm team and finding like the next like big pitcher, the Rockies are never really going to be bound for a free agent big pitcher. It's going to be backpedaling veterans, kind of as what they've seen in the past. And because of that, you're at like your entire defense, if you will, kind of starts at the pitch. And when you guys are just, I don't know, like it sucks that's they're a victim of altitude. And
Who
there's
knew
nothing.
this guy loved baseball like this? I had no
didn't know
idea.
that?
I didn't know.
He was really hype about Aaron Judge last year.
Yeah,
dude.
broke the home run record.
Didn't know you like baseball. Like
I
that,
mean,
dude.
I don't watch baseball that consecutively because it's
Ever.
there's a lot of games.
Didn't watch a game last year.
There's a lot of games. I was watching the Yankees in the postseason,
Oh, were you? Okay.
but like it's like if they could just make a subscription that starts the
He had it on. And
if
then
the
was...
television starts at 7th inning, that would be perfect for me.
It's
So I could
long,
7
bro.
inning stand.
Even with 25
call-
minutes off,
instead
bro.
of NFL Red Zone, call it like MLB stand, and it'll just be 7th inning on in every game.
I don't know one person
that
that
would be
watches
perfect.
baseball on TV. Do you?
My brother and my dad.
Yeah, my dad.
Your dad?
does,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Not this early in the year, but later on.
Now, I mean, without getting into it, because it's not up for debate for this particular pod, but just for the sake of humoring it, I would argue that baseball players are some of the most athletic professional athletes on
Let's
the planet.
chill.
No.
Chill out.
Not the most athletic.
Yeah,
Maybe
chill,
the
bro.
most hand-eye coordination.
That's what I'm kind of equivalating it to.
I mean,
Maybe the hottest.
jeez, Deryk coming from the top row.
I mean, if I'm just speaking to like odds, like I'm not saying
They get paid the most.
Hold on, I'm not saying that like any
Top
sport could go play any other sport and be good at it. I don't believe in that. If you dedicate your life to one sport, that's what you're good at. Like you're not like unless you're like these freak athletes like Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders. There's been like a handful of people in the history of our lifetime that were competent enough to play two sports. But let's not get it twisted. I just think when you think about like how fast like baseball demands you be for the sake of like if you don't catch the ball coming at you, it might hit you in the head.
I mean, to your point, I think hitting a 100-mile-per-hour fastball is probably the hardest thing you can do in all of sports.
Probably.
It's one of
Especially, like,
Yeah.
dude, the ball's that big. Like,
Exactly, and I saw a video of
it's flying by,
a
dude.
100-mile-per-hour.
It's
a
scary.
pitch,
You're,
dude.
It's
you're
scary.
blindly
Crazy.
guessing. You are guessing and trying to hit it when it shows up.
Before they even
There's no way your
throw it-
brain can see that.
Before they're even throwing it, you're
So
like already
scary.
like, I'm gonna swing.
Yeah, yeah, bro.
You have to make that decision.
Yeah.
It's so crazy,
Yeah.
dude.
No.
But yeah, I mean,
That is crazy.
I'm not that hip on baseball anymore. But like my brother played, so he watches baseball all the time.
He just pulls up his arm, random baseball tattoo.
I just have like I
Didn't
just have
know he had
28
one.
tallies for every fucking championship the Yankees have won, and then
I'll
on this
be-
arm I got
yeah.
12 for the fucking Cardinals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Hard feelings, or wait, feelings, no facts. I'm stealing that from Schultz. Most racist sport, go.
Most racist sport?
Yes.
Cricket.
Most racist
Yeah.
sport.
Baseball, me. Go.
Wait,
No-
are we
no
talking
explanation.
American sports?
No explanation. Cricket.
Yeah, I just said cricket. I'm a stand on that.
Mine's baseball. Come on, Dave.
I'm
Spit one out.
I think he might get it, dude. I think he might
Spit
win.
it out, Dave. Go on,
Spit it
let's go.
out, Dave. Come on.
I
Give
don't
us a
know.
racist sport.
I'm trying to think.
He's all, I don't know what. Dude.
NBA.
NASCAR. Say NASCAR.
Okay. All right.
Say NASCAR. NASCAR. Can I change mine to NASCAR?
Yes.
That's
Okay.
yeah.
NASCAR, NBA,
Yeah, definitely
baseball.
the most racist sport.
All right. Next up. Next topic.
I like it. I like this, dude. Whoa, yo, where is this Winston all the time? All right, next sport. Let's talk about PGA. Get
Okay.
onto the PGA, dude.
We got the golf. The Masters is going right now. Tiger Woods, hopefully he makes the cut. It's actually suspended right now due to a rain delay, unfortunately. But with the Masters, we have a amateur, 23-year-old. He is tied for second or tied for third right now. Like 3 shots back from the leader. So I'm rooting for him. His name's Sam Bennett.
Mm-hmm.
He's 23 years
Let's
old.
go, Ricky Johnson. Same spelling as mine. Is his last name Johnson? Ricky
Fowler.
Fowler. Let's go, Ricky Fowler.
He's not in the
Damn.
Masters.
Oh, he's not in it.
He's
He's
in
trash now.
He's trash now.
He's super trash.
Dude, you suck.
Yo,
I'm just kidding. Just completely switch up.
I don't know.
You're the worst Ricky ever. Honestly. Just go in.
Did
Know
you
nothing
guys
about
see
golf.
the Masters concession prices were trending because they were like mad affordable.
Yeah, this
Which
shit's lit.
Yeah, it was like
Really?
it was like $2 for like any.
Don't they have
beverage.
that cool hole too at the Masters? Or no, that's the waste management thing. Never mind.
Yeah, yeah.
Regardless, though, it was like
Never
$2
mind.
for like any bev. Like a hot dog was like $3. Like it was the most.
That's nice.
It was like Little League baseball prices.
Yeah.
I was like, where is this?
Yeah, the tickets are super expensive, but the concessions are really cheap. It's great.
That's nice.
Yeah. One of my dreams is to take my dad to
The Masters.
Augusta to go to the Masters.
That'd be awesome.
You have
dude.
to enter a lottery to go to
Oh
go
my
there.
God.
I
Yeah.
can hold on.
You can buy them on eBay, but they're like $2,000.
I could
Yeah,
see
that's
Winston at the Masters, and you know how they're like all quiet, everyone's teeing off, and then you just hold it. You wait for the first dude that you really don't like as soon as he goes to tee off, and you just rip a fart, bro.
Oh my
A
god.
fart? What is
No.
this?
It's all
Is this
quiet.
Adam Sandler's movie. What
Dude,
are
it's
we
all
talking
quiet.
about right now?
You know he's gonna do it.
That would be some Adam Sandler shit.
I just see Winston all drunk. Woo!
Yeah, dude. I want to see Tiger Woods so bad at the Masters. I saw him once in Washington State, and that was cool. But seeing him at the Masters would be lit.
Now, for those of you who don't know, Mr. Winston is a big golf guy. We're gonna be talking about it, guys. I'm sorry, okay? But on the quick, biggest bitch sport, golf. Go. Biggest bitch
cricket.
sport, cricket.
Unpopular, but
Biggest bitch sport.
soccer.
Damn.
Ooh, that's a
Hot take.
hot take. There.
Well, they're the worst floppers.
I think
in
a
all
lot of the
sports.
world is kind of mad at you right now. Do you want
Yeah.
to call it football? at
Especially
least?
France. You don't want to fuck with French people right now, bro. They're
Hold on,
protesting.
pause. We
Mbappe.
saved their asses in how many world wars?
mean, true,
I don't
but-
want to hear it.
Mbappe, dude, come on.
We're gonna have to save them again because they're protesting the fuck out of their country. Have you guys seen that shit?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have seen
Going
that shit.
in.
Yeah,
Like occupying government buildings and shit.
Hey, man.
Fires.
Wild. Good for them.
good.
Yeah.
Hey,
Do your thing, France.
yeah. I mean, we're not a very strong governmental.
They're like, wow.
podcast, so-
Hold on, it's like, wow, civil
Fuck 'em.
unrest. Civil unrest where the citizens are overcoming their tyrannical European overlords. That sounds oddly familiar.
Right.
I think
Sounds oddly
it's
familiar.
like a 200 or 300-year-old story. I just can't quite put my name on it.
I
So,
love it.
I got something for you guys.
What else?
So I'm gonna tell you guys the stats of it's a debate on who's the GOAT of golf. So I'm gonna read you off the stats, player A and player B, and I want you to tell me who you guys think is the GOAT based on their stats.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Player A or 1 has 73 PGA Tour victories and 18 majors. Okay.
This is Tiger Woods.
Player 2 has 79 PGA Tour victories and 15 majors.
That's Tiger Woods too.
Which is the GOAT in golf based on just those two stats.
Those are the same person. That is Tiger Woods. Final answer. No, I'm just kidding.
Which one had more
What was
majors?
say him again?
Okay.
Say him again.
Player 1, 73 PGA Tour victories and 18 majors.
So 73
Damn.
and 18.
18.
And then we have player 2, 79 victories, 15 majors.
So
Ooh,
you're having
that's
like
close.
6 more PGA victories
I'ma say-
for 3 less major victories.
The Masters
Hold
is
on,
the
though.
top of the top. Though,
Hold on,
right?
though. Are both these players retired?
No.
Okay, so what? You don't got to tell me who they are, but like, what are their ages?
That does.
Yeah, that
does
would
kind of
tell you
equate.
the answer.
Oh, really?
You
one
might-
of them's retired, the other one's not.
Okay.
But yeah. One of them's near retirement. One of them's
I
Tiger
mean,
Woods, and he's
Answer my
he's
question though. The Masters is the top of the top.
No, so they're all the majors are counted as majors.
Okay.
What one is the most important is kind of up to you as a person.
Okay.
I value the Masters the most, but it's bias. So
Their
I think-
stats are so close.
I think the U.S. Open is the hardest.
Who are you saying, Dave?
Mm,
Who's the least racist?
whoever had the
Um,
79, probably.
You think the 79 and the 15 majors compared
That's
to
3
the-
more total victories
And
cumulative versus the other one, but it's
Yeah.
like 3 less
I would say-
majors, but 6 more PGAs.
I would say it
Yeah.
matters if one of them. You said one of them's not playing anymore. I think the one that's playing still would.
The one
probably
who's
be
playing is
the
eligible to be the GOAT.
Yeah, because he's still playing. Like
Yeah.
he's still playing. There can be potential for a Masters win. He could win another one. If he wins another one, that seals it.
So you guys picked Tiger Woods
Yeah.
as the GOAT.
Yeah.
Jack Nicklaus is 73 victories and 18 majors.
Shout out Jack though. Come on.
Jack's got the most majors, but Tiger Woods has 3 less. But he played in
He's still playing, even though after crash.
Yeah.
After
Hold on, is there a
crash.
way that they can like
Go.
they can compare, like, obviously they didn't play all the same courses in same years, but is there like a way to determine like
Who played the harder
like
courses?
their average tee on a game and then compare it
like
par
their
for par?
average score.
Yeah.
Here, even better. Who hit harder?
Definitely Tiger.
Well, that's yeah, it's not.
I got
but
Tiger Woods.
But
in.
there's
whoever-
technology and stuff.
Whoever had
True.
like averaged a better game on their career?
Probably Tiger Woods. And that's kind of the thing, is that Tiger Woods went against way better competition. When Tiger started coming up, like, he got so many more kids into the game. And so, like, now that he's old as fuck, like, there's so many more players that would not have played if it wasn't for Tiger. Back in Jack Nicklaus's day, in, like, the 70s and the 80s, like, it was just a bunch of white guys. And, like, that's all that we're playing. So, like, the competition has gotten way, way better with Tiger being in the
little more diversity
in the league.
too.
Yeah, definitely more diverse. When Tiger came on the scene, they were like, "Whoa, there's this black guy." And now it's
That's
like,
so crazy.
It's
to,
just
right.
It's kind of normal. It's not like it's nothing crazy. It's like, oh, you know, there's another black guy. Nothing.
Damn.
Nothing wild. So, yeah. I mean,
I
you
think
guys picked
golf
Tiger.
might have the most racist sport, dude. I think
Maybe
if we rewind it back,
Augusta National did not allow black people in their members until Condoleezza Rice was the first person in the early 2000s.
hey, dude, yeah. Why didn't you say that one for your most racist sport?
Because
he rides for that sport.
Yeah. Whoa, Winston. Okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
I mean, I'm not. It's in Georgia, and you know, I don't
That's
play
crazy.
Augusta.
I did
National.
never heard of
mean,
any of that. That's crazy.
They got a lot of flack for it.
I don't.
Wow.
So I don't inherently think any sport is racist.
I
in
mean,
general,
no, they're not.
but-
We're just joking.
But
obviously.
yeah, obviously. But like one thing to be considered, like I remember this take, and this was something that Shannon Sharp was talking about. So when Christian McCaffrey was going into the league before he initially got drafted, and he was coming out of, what was it, Stanford?
Yeah.
So Christian McCaffrey, they were showing all of his numbers, and like they're like, hey, if you take every number that Christian McCaffrey had, and then you make him black, just not white, not be a white person, he goes in the top 10 picks. But Christian McCaffrey, because he was white, he fell. That's not conscious racism, but that was an example. I think that applies to a lot of sports, you know?
I think Christian McCaffrey's still winning the top 10, I think.
I'm not 100 on it, but like they were just the narrative that his draft stock would have, like,
I'll look it up.
it's not like I'm pushing that as a strong narrative per se, but like
He would have gotten drafted higher if he was African American.
yeah, and I don't think that that's inherently racist. Like I don't think that like these like general managers are like they have boards with Venn diagrams where like one's white,
Yeah.
one's black.
They're like white players, third and below. Third
He
round
went
and below.
eighth. He went eighth.
Okay, so there you
That's
go.
pretty good,
But
dude.
if you take him as like
First round, eighth.
if he's like all of his same stats, but he's a black player, who's to say he didn't go
Yeah,
first
like
overall?
Zeke went fourth overall.
Fourth
I believe,
So, like-
for the Cowboys.
And I mean, we can look at the.
Yeah, and that again, I don't think any sport is inherently racist, but you will find that narrative many times over in
Yeah.
many sports.
That's
You know, it just is what it is. We're kind of
It's
just now,
humans.
but no, hold on. The NBA for the first time in recent
Pieces
memory is
of
coming
shit.
out of the dark of to where like that phenomena doesn't necessarily apply anymore. Like 3 of the top 5 players in the whole league are European now. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Are not born in America, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, Giannis, Embiid, Doncic, and then Jokic. I mean,
None of those were born in America.
No.
None of them.
Those are really,
So
really good
that
players.
that stigma is slowly unwinding for sports. We're gonna get like more races. They're gonna be involved. That are gonna be like less. Like I don't know. We're just gonna see more of like the Max Kesslers or whatever his name is that replaced Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which
So,
he is French.
there-
Rudy Gobert.
boom, another one.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that like that was a good question.
I like it.
Nice, nice. But yeah, Masters, and on Sunday, Brooks Koepka, he's with the LIV, not with the PGA Tour. Do you know about the LIV?
Don't know what that is.
Okay, LIV is another tour, golf tour.
Really?
That the Saudi Arabia,
Oh, I heard about
Saudis
that. I heard
have
about
paid,
that. I heard about that.
and so the PGA Tour is
did know
like,
about that.
if you're in that league, you can't be in the PGA.
What? Why?
Because they're like, you were
Competing leagues?
exactly kind of bitch made on.
That's
what
some
I think.
bitch made shit.
Yeah, so-
like- I mean, that's a lot of sports, like boxing, like WBC. Don't mess with the other guys.
Oh,
like,
really?
They don't.
Once you sign to one, you are contractually obligated to stay with that one, unless you're like Tommy Fury,
Unless
or
you're
like,
huge,
you know what I'm saying. Unless you're like any of,
undisputed.
if you're one of the top boxers, and then you kind of you just do one bout contracts. But until you are good enough to like dictate that, you're like stuck. Like Vasily Lomachenko, who everyone loves to see, he's been stuck in Top Rank since he went pro, and he's probably never going to get out of it until he fulfills his contract.
That's one thing I want to show you. Did you ever see the Deontay Wilder and the Tyson Fury fight?
I think so. Yeah.
The
I saw the
highlight of
highlights.
him getting up after he was dead
Mm-hmm.
on the ground and then continuing to win around. All right, I'm just making sure you knew about that.
Yeah.
Don't know why it popped in my head. I'm like, I need to know if Winston knows about this.
Yeah.
Greatest moment in boxing history might be for me because that was insane.
Oh yeah.
And then went and knocked him out after the fight after. Yeah. But Crazy. Anything else on PGA?
I just want to explain the LIV to you real quick.
LIV.
So
Yep.
it's basically guaranteed money. If PGA Tour, if you don't win, you don't get paid. The LIV, you get guaranteed money that you're going to play.
And they're getting money.
They're
money.
getting
You
paid
hear
a
that,
lot.
Ricky
They're
Fowler?
Like, they're getting like 40 million.
He's signed to the LIV.
What I say?
Yeah, so they signed these massive contracts, guaranteed money, and a lot of people are dogging on them. I'm like, dude, you get guaranteed money. You have to play 54 holes instead of 72.
That's nice.
Exactly, and so it's
And you're in Saudi Arabia. That
well,
sounds
I mean,
lit.
they tour the world.
Oh, they
so
tour
it's
the world?
not only in Saudi Arabia.
That's
but
cool.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're getting oil money," and these guys are like,
Get
terrorists.
over it.
Bro, that's my point of view personally. I'm like, bro, they're paying them more money, and the PGA Tour is
Oh,
now,
you're telling me they're paying all the athletes?
right?
Everybody's all mad.
And the PGA Tour has now raised their winnings. So because of the
pots,
LIV,
the pot's being shared amongst less talented people as a sum because of all those dudes who went to LIV.
well, no,
Saudi Arabia.
they don't have to increase the purse of the winnings of every single
Well,
tournament.
I felt like that, like just from a causal relationship. If like you have all these like would-be participants in who are now going to the LIV, that's that many less like
No,
paychecks.
no, because it's a limited roster. It's 82 people, or like it's more than that. But let's say it's 82 people. 82 people are gonna sign up regardless of who it is.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
it's
they're not losing participants like outright. They're just losing those specific ones.
Yeah, but I mean, they raised the purse to compete with LIV. They're like, don't go to LIV. We're going to increase the purse. So they're getting. This is a good thing. Competition is good, and so it's made the PGA Tour better because of the LIV. So everyone's in on Brooks Koepka. He's in number 1 right now at the Masters. He's the favorite. Probably should win, but I'm going for the amateur. All right.
I like it. LIV. That's the first time we talked about golf on this whole thing.
Yep.
This whole pod. 30-something episodes, 30-something weeks.
Yep.
I like it. Shout out Winston in the cut. All the PGA news. We've hit this nice episode. Let's talk about fighting, though. Can you hit that sound bit for me? If you can find it. Oh, it didn't work. It did not work. Let's see.
Now it's time to talk MMA.
There it is.
Oh yeah.
I like it. Let's talk about MMA. Let's talk about the Oh, we didn't have fights last week.
Yeah, we did. We had PFL.
I mean, you could talk about them.
I mean,
didn't.
there wasn't much to see. Like I watched all the PFL fights. They're on ESPN Plus. The only really notable ones, the co-main event, Thiago Santos lost his PFL debut to Rob Wilkinson. Rob Wilkinson is the guy who won the championship for their tournament last season, so he was kind of no chump to walk into the organization for. Bubba Jenkins won, but his fight was like pretty weird because the dude kept claiming like groin strikes and eye pokes, and even on replays they could see that wasn't the case. So that was kind of shitty. Main event, Marlon Moraes loses to Brandon Loughney, and it was to a leg strike. So Loughney was just eating up Moraes' leg the whole time to where he started to switch stance.
Wow.
He hit a sweeping leg kick, and homie fell down, and the ref had seen enough in the second
He was
round.
like, I'm over it.
He was just like struggling
Over
to
it.
stand after those leg kicks. So shout out Brandon Loughney. You are probably one of the biggest money winners for the PFL at the moment. They're kind of like their roster's kind of like smaller, so they're kind of going to suffer from that. But other than that, we had that Jorge Masvidal boxing card,
Oh, yeah.
Game Bread.
I watched that a little bit here.
I watched it. It was like the whole main card. Like I was only looking forward to those 3 fights, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
All decisions.
I will
Other than Joe Riggs getting TKO'd.
yeah, shout out Jeremy Stevens turning
looked
back the
good.
clock,
He
and
looked
then
good.
and that was the best looking fight on that card. Those two looked like good. Like when I was watching, because that was the first. I'll be honest, that's the first bout I tuned into. As I was watching, I'm like, for all those who said that MMA guys don't belong in boxing matches, they should watch this bout. This is a great example of 2 MMA guys just throwing down. And that was about the tip of the iceberg for that sentiment, because after that, it just got lame. Like, I don't know.
It was just decision after decision.
It was just hard to watch as far as, like, I'm in it for a little bit of violence. We didn't get much.
It wasn't crazy.
So there was not, I don't know, like, no offense, Game Bread, but I don't think I'm going to be tuning into your boxing cards.
Unless it's another crazy card filled with a bunch of names I know. I'll look into it.
I think if they do another one similar to what they just did, like, I'll probably check it out on Twitter
Damn,
afterwards.
Dave's a hater.
I mean, Vitor versus Jacare, and no one got slept. Lame.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Anthony Pettis' main event, just basically all you noticed was like, oh, when you have a guy who's like half the age of the other guy and in better shape.
I mean,
Roy Jones
looking thick.
Roy Jones is
looking thick.
He's just a little older.
He's old, bro. He's 54.
You know what I'm
That's an
saying?
old man.
There's no amount of getting in shape that's gonna make you faster than a guy who's like half your age, typically. So not much to talk about. That being said, there is PFL this week. Nothing crazy. They're doing it like each week is certain weight classes. So like this week is gonna have.
That's kind of annoying. I don't.
It
like
is,
that.
but this week they have like.
Why would you do that?
Because I don't know. Hold on.
That flyweight division, that flyweight week, not getting watched.
So-
You know what I mean? All the lower weights are not getting watched. Like
Yeah.
UFC has a problem with people watching their lower weights already.
I mean, the only fights that you can even bet on.
And flyweights are like some of the most exciting fights. That's the craziest part. Like,
Yeah.
they always end in finishes. But
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot
No.
going on for this card. The
You're
main
good.
event is what's her name? Pacheco.
oh yeah, she's Pacheco's defending her title.
They don't
Larissa-
actually defend their belt.
I mean, well, yeah, it's
You
the
don't
new
ever.
season.
The
It's
belt's
new
not on
season.
the line. Like,
Yeah,
never-
that's why I don't like PFL.
yeah,
Get
but
out of my face. With
I
that
like
shit.
the season because it's like another part of their season is
So
8
dumb.
months. So they have in those 8 months they have 4 opportunities.
I just don't
to
like
fight
that.
it.
Like you fight so hard to get your title, and you're the champion, and then they're like, "New season, you're
But they're
not
not-
the champion anymore."
But if you think about it, as lame as it
Weird.
sounds,
I don't like it.
if you don't lose coming out of or going into the new season, how is it any different than a title reign? The only difference is you basically, if you want to
it's just
convolute
not
it,
legit.
if you want to convolute it like a title run, and you don't get the opportunity to defend your title but once a year. And
That's
that once a
just-
year, if you do defend it and you win it, aka win the tournament outright,
yeah,
you get $1 million.
In the PFL, there's not going to be a DC. There's not going to be an Izzy. There's not even going to be an Aldo. There's not going to be an Amanda Nunes. You can't. There's with the way they run their
not yet.
league, you can't have any of those people. No, even if people go on reigns, they lose their title, bro. Like that was for that year.
I mean,
That's so wacky.
Kayla Harrison, up until she lost to Pacheco in the championship of this, was undefeated outright, and she was gonna sign to the UFC. She was sitting cage side when she was in the contract negotiations because the UFC was gonna give her the bag to fight Amanda Nunes, but then Amanda Nunes, the fight she was sitting cage side, was against Juliana Pena, and we all saw how that happened. That's why as soon as that happened, Kayla Harris turns around with her head like this.
Yeah, no,
It's because
lost the fight.
that bag just floated away.
It did.
And there's no bag now, like, for her in the UFC. She knew that
She
was
would
like
have to fight
her
through
her
fire.
key to like really walking into the UFC and getting the biggest payday
Was her
outside of
versus
that
Nunes.
$1 million.
Good job, Pena.
Yeah,
Ruin that one.
so, and then, as fate would have it, Kayla Harrison's like, I'm just going to go back to the PFL and go get $1 million
Now
again.
she wants to leave again.
And then she lost. So,
Yeah, but she wants to leave again.
like,
I mean, I don't know if she really wants to leave. She has 2 fights left. She's gonna be
Yeah.
looking around. She's gonna be shopping around, dude.
so
She
yeah,
ain't
this
gonna stay-
card,
PFL is just I'll know. I'll never really get into the PFL. Like
Aspen
I'll watch
Ladd-
the big fights, but get out of here with your league bullshit. I don't even care.
Aspen Ladd's fighting. The main event is Pacheco versus Julia Budd. I mean, good for them. Former UFC fighter, or I think Bellator fighter. Nothing really to hoot or holler about, but what we really got to get to before we get off is we got the rematch between Pereira and Izzy.
Let's not talk about that until we go through prelims. Though
Do we want to talk about Jacoby?
we should talk about that actually first,
Yeah, that's worth it. So
dude. Crazy. Yeah, that I'm glad you brought that up because that is big. Shout out to Jacoby Jones, Big Toe MMA. Sat in this couch. The homie went to college with us.
my next door neighbor for years.
He's about to fight for the title for LFA. Let's go. Round of applause for Mr. Jacoby. Let's go, dude. Got the title fight. He was calling for the title fight already when he was here last time. Do
Yep.
you remember?
He was.
He was calling for the title fight, and dude got it.
And let's not forget like what Jacoby told us when he was on this pod. Everyone who hasn't seen that episode,
Go watch it. Go watch
It's
Jacoby's
not
episode.
necessarily the interview of Jacoby as much as with us getting him on the pod. But that being said, like he said his plan, his blueprint was he wanted to go and get that LFA belt and then walk into the UFC. Because like without naming names, we've been told that like some of the people that train around him take those last second call ups, those like contender series opportunities, all that shit. And they go to fight
Look at
in front
Marquez.
they're going to fight Dana on a short fight, like on like short
Or,
notice.
is it Brandon Marquez? What?
Julian Marquez.
Is it Julian Marquez?
Yeah, but that guy switched gyms because of James Krause. That's a different thing.
No, I'm thinking of someone else.
The guy who he was in the cage for?
No, Jonathan. Is it Jonathan? God, forgive me. Just continue.
Alexander Hernandez?
No, it's Jonathan Martinez, maybe?
Regardless. But Jacoby, like,
Forgive me.
He said he wanted to walk into the UFC with that LFA belt because the difference between being the LFA champion and going to the UFC and then just being a contender series participant and going is you're going in under the notion that you were just another contender who's like trying to make like if you go in as a champion in their developmental league, you have the statement that you are not just one of these guys. You are a actual like top 10 contender to be. And so his negotiation will be way better. Instead of walking in and like he said, these guys that he's heard or I've been told that train around him who walk in on these short notice call ups who are making like $8,000, like 4 and 4, you know what I'm saying? Like 4 for the show and 4 if you win. Yeah. And he's going to get a hell of a lot more than that. Like again, the disclosed money they make and the money they actually make are two farcely separate things, you know? Like Paddy Pimblett claimed he made 12 and 12 on one of his last fights. We all know Paddy Pimblett's getting a bag. Let's be honest. But legally, his disclosed pay for taxes and all of those things was 12 and 12. So, shout out Jacoby. We said it when we saw him in the cage on
lightweight.
We said it. We straight up said when the John Jones card happened, we were reacting to it. We're like, hey everybody, Julian Marquez had a special cornerman, and his name was Jacoby Jones, and like get used to the image of him in that octagon.
Get used to it.
So. He's no longer a household name, bro. This belt is This belt is just gonna like project him, and it's a
real street champ right there.
And I wonder what his like once he has the belt. He claims he was on he was 2 fights from the UFC, and that when he said that was before this fight got announced. So now he's in retrospect 1 fight from the UFC.
I wonder how much it would cost to get the Street Champs logo on his shorts.
I don't know, but
that'd be fire,
bro. The fight's happening in Arizona, and I want to go so bad.
When is it happening?
It's so I don't have the money.
It's like the 17th or some shit. But like
the 19th of May.
Okay, so I looked it up. So
Friday.
I can make that, but that's a lot. Like you can't just go on like a vacation.
Chandler,
like that.
Arizona. You're going to Chandler?
It's south of Phoenix. I looked it up.
That's far. That's a
drive.
long
10 and a half hour
He'd
drive.
have to fly.
Oh my god,
dude! I would way rather fly and then just Uber and then
you
got
to drive 2 hours to Denver to fly, and then
you can fly out of Pueblo for $59.
True.
Regardless, shout out Jacoby Jones. Win, lose or draw.
So he's taking on Jean-Paul Lebzoniani.
I'm not even sure how to pronounce it. I've seen it.
Lebzoniani.
Regardless,
the guy that's going to lose to our friend. That's what is, that guy, we're a sports podcast. We hate to be biased. Fuck that. Jacoby Jones is about to win that title and is going to go to the UFC. Shout out to the homie Jacoby Jones.
So sick.
And the Factory X guys. Shout out to all those guys. They're killing it. They're killing it right now.
Oh, yeah.
And Jacoby's about to hold that title up. Oh, now I'm going to be so hype. I'm watching that live, dude. That's a...
Oh, yeah. It's going to be on Fight Pass. Like, I would be down to do like a
We might watch it here.
I'd be down to do a companion for that.
I don't know.
It would just be one bout. Even if it's just
one
clip,
bout,
like a clip.
for the Sport Champs or something.
We don't have to like go live, but we can just record it and then upload it after.
That'd be dope.
Shout out Jacoby. Hope he gets it.
Yeah, win, lose, or draw, man. We could never be more proud of you.
Seriously.
So, like...
The homie.
We're just super stoked to see someone who's like... when they say that, like, hard... Or, like, the residuals of hard work is, like, having nice things. And I think that's what, like, Jacoby's, like, journey has showed us. You know what I'm saying? From the wrestling mats to the wrestling mats at CSUP all the way to the pros in MMA. Like you're just... Couldn't be prouder, bro.
Couldn't be prouder. And you're going to do it, dude. Keep training.
You the man.
We should have a Jacoby Jones interview coming soon as well. We did tell him to get back on here so we can talk his shit. This is what you want to do. You want to sell your fight, whether it's on a small platform like this or not. If you have that out there and you get that promo practice, you're only getting ready. Because for those of you who don't know, the LFA is the UFC's G League. LFA is owned by the UFC. So once he has this title in his hands, he's going to be able to walk in the UFC way, way easier.
We get a better fight.
And we get a better fight, and we get to see Jacoby Jones in the UFC. What did I tell you, too? You're going to see him in the UFC.
Who's at the lightweight in the UFC? Who's the champion?
Let me pull up the I'll pull up the rankings
Islam
for you so I can... Yeah, it's Islam.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's tough.
I know. But, hey,
He'll
Jacoby got
be
good
out.
wrestling, dude. Let's not... Here, let me see.
Islam will probably be out by that time.
He's, Joe Hobie's got years ahead of him before he has a title fight. Like, that's a long road. And looks like UFC's site is hacked.
Nice.
Weird. But I can give you the top 3. Islam Makhachev, Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier. They're hard fights. All of those are.
I could see Jacoby taking everyone other than Islam.
Yeah, Islam's that hard guy.
Yeah, for me.
I mean, he's 13-1 in the UFC, so makes sense.
Yeah.
But I mean, all of these other guys are pretty nasty too, dude.
The only variable that any of those UFC guys have on
Go
Jacoby is simply experience, and that's it. Like, I don't think any of them are athletically superior to him in any way.
And it's crazy though. Islam Makhachev, Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, Beneil Dariush, Michael Chandler,
Oh man,
Rafael Fiziev, like Dos Anjos, Dan Hooker, Jalen Turner, Moicano,
Jacoby might go
Drew
one.
Dober. These are monsters.
Jacoby might cut to
Monsters.
145. If he gets to the UFC.
Yo, no, let's go over
Then you got
145.
Volk and Yair.
Yeah, dude. You got Yair, Volk, Max Holloway, Brian Ortega.
Yo,
Keep training, Jacoby. Keep training, dude. Oh my
165.
god.
I'm just
Yeah.
He
It's
can't
just
go up,
crazy.
no.
Like it's just the UFC is monsters. I don't want to see
Lightweight's
Jacoby anywhere else.
Definitely
though, I don't.
their most talented division.
Because
Too.
Jacoby can be one of these guys. He can be there. He just has to build up. That's what he's doing right now in the LFA. You know? So
Was he 28, 29?
Jacoby?
Yeah.
I think he's like 28.
28 or 27, I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah. He has to do it now. Like, that's the time. Like, you can't really wait too much longer.
Yeah.
You know? Depends. We'll see what happens. He's doing the damn thing, and he's looking good while doing it. So, keep it up. Let's talk about these fights in the UFC, though. Big fights this weekend. UFC 287. We're on a pay-per-view week. Can't wait. This is a big card for me. Big card for the Fam Bam, too. Let's start with these early prelims. We got Jacqueline Amorim versus Sam Hughes. Don't know either of these ladies. I've heard of Sam Hughes. Don't know who's going to win. It is going into the strawweight division. What do we have the odds for?
We got Jacqueline at -270 and
Wow.
Sam Hughes at +220.
I want to say it's because she's undefeated, 6-0. Sam Hughes looking at 7-5. Not the best record at all. That's
Put
you're
money
almost
on
middle of the
Jackie.
road. You might want to put a little money on Jackie, parlay her up. But you never know what's going to happen in the UFC.
It's true.
Let's talk about this next fight right here. I say it's close to home because Steve Garcia, the fam's own, the homie. That's Nate's cousin, man. That's Nate's cousin. So that's my cousin. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Steve. He's a killer be killed fighter. He's got knockouts in the UFC. He's got knocked out in the UFC. Or stopped. Killer be killed. This is going to be a crazy fight. He's fighting somebody who he's a tough customer, dude.
Also,
Shah Yalan.
I was about to say, also tough customer name to pronounce.
Yeah, Shah Yalan, 39-10 in pro MMA.
My man's old.
My man's. Let's see how old he is.
He's also
My
the
man is
favorite.
28.
What the?
He's
Jesus Christ.
2 years younger than Steve.
That's insane.
Why
That's a
are
lot
you
of
fighting
fights,
so
dog.
much? Yo, this man has Anderson Silva's record right now. What is going on?
His knees are fucked.
Yeah.
Attack those knees, Steve.
Yeah, yes. Come on, Steve. Steve's gonna knock this guy out. Steve is knocking this guy out. I think he's the underdog though. What are
He
these
is.
odds?
Steve is at a +154.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
Shah Yalan's -200 though.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's ride with Steve.
We're riding with Steve Garcia though.
Happy.
You know, that's the fam right there in the UFC. That's the only fam that we got in the UFC right here. So, Jacoby Jones will soon be in that. You know, he'll be the second one.
Yep.
Let's talk about this next fight though. Catch weight. That last fight was in featherweight. Catch weight. Ignacio Bahamondes taking on Trey Ogden. I know Trey Ogden. I think I've seen Ignacio fight before, but I don't remember. Don't know who's going to win that fight. What are those odds?
Ignacio's at a -330. Trey is at a +265.
So everybody thinking Trey going lose.
Yo.
You never know. How about Lupita Godinez versus Cynthia Calvillo? Cynthia Calvillo on an early prelim. Do you remember when Cynthia was the real deal?
I love
Everybody was talking about her and how beast she was going to be. 9-5-1. Like, not the best record, if I'm being honest. Look at Lupita Godinez, 8-3. I don't know if Lupi wins this fight, though. I think Cynthia can win this fight. Like, if Lupi doesn't get her down, Cynthia's going to piece her up on the feet.
Cynthia's a dog.
She's a dog.
She
She's a
fights
dog.
like she just brawls. She's
Yeah,
not.
dude.
She doesn't do
She's
anything
great.
really flashy, but she throws everything with like ill intent.
Strawweight division. Tough division. Very tough division. You know, she's fought the who's, but I think she gets it done against Lupita. What are those odds?
We got Lupi at -290. And we got
What?
Cynthia at +235.
Yo, maybe put a bet on Cynthia Calvillo if you got a little change, $5-10, because I see her kind of winning that fight.
We got Lupi by points as -125.
I could see her winning a decision, but I'm a ride with Cynthia Calvillo.
And will it go the distance? Yes, is the -310.
I could definitely see it going the distance. Definitely see it. What's the odd on that?
-310 to go the distance.
That's a parlay piece if I've ever seen one. You never know, though. A fight's a fight. Let's go to these normal prelims. This is a stacked card, you guys. We lost the Michael Chiesa fight versus the Leech. We lost the Chris Barnett fight versus Chase Sherman. We got Chase Sherman taking on Carl Williams now because we lost Chris Barnett. We got Deryk hurting his hand over there.
He went to go act like he was gonna punch me, and I punched his
Nice, dude.
I met him in the middle.
Met him in the middle. Got
Yep.
his ass. I like it.
Got him.
Got him. Just like Gerald Meerschaert. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. That's the next fight. Middleweight, Gerald Meerschaert versus Joe Pyfer. This is going to be a good fight. Joe Pyfer's Dana's golden child from the Contender Series. And we got Gerald Meerschaert doing the damn thing. 35-15. It's a lot of experience for Mr. Meerschaert. I don't know. What are the odds? I should ask that first.
Joe, we got -210.
Wow.
Gerald, we got +168.
Might want to throw a little bread on Gerald Meerschaert. He can do it.
On DraftKings, it's close. Joseph Pfeiffer's at -200 and Meerschaert's at +155. Little bit more lucrative.
Little bit.
Barely.
In the previous fight, did you get those odds for Carl and Chase?
I don't have that one listed
So
on
that
DraftKings.
was I did not. Carl Williams and Chase Sherman. What are those?
Carl, we got -450, and Chase, we got +330.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's on a losing streak or what, but that's crazy. Those are good odds for Mr. Carl Williams. Carl Williams, I think, is coming off the Contender Series too. I might be wrong on that. 8-1. Wow, big favorite.
Yeah.
Big favorite. You never know. Chase Sherman's a dog. He's 16-11 though.
Yeah.
Not the best record. Wins and loses. Let's talk Michelle Watterson. Back and looking great. Have you seen her?
Oh yeah.
Built right now. Looking great. She's taking on Luana Pinheiro. 10-1 though. 10-1 taking on 18-10 Michelle Watterson. Michelle needs this win very badly. I don't know if she won her last one. I think she won her last one by a split decision or lost it by a split decision. I couldn't remember. What are those odds though, Mr. Winston?
We got Michelle up, the underdog,
Yeah.
+138.
I think it's because she lost her last one.
And then we have Luana at -170.
Luana Pinheiro. I don't think I've seen her fight. I might have, but I don't really know. Let's move on from this strawweight fight. That's going to be a close one. I do see that one go into the distance, unless Luana does some crazy stuff because I've never really seen her fight. Let's go to Chris Curtis and Kelvin Gastelum on the prelims. The feature prelim. Who you got in that, Dave? Kelvin Gastelum, Chris Curtis.
That one's honestly kind of a coin flip because I think
It
their
is.
keys to victory are remarkably similar. They're both kind of grappling savvy, bigger
Guys
they're
that
top-
have knockout power.
They're top heavy guys, yeah. If I would be more willing to believe that Kelvin wins a TKO on the feet than Chris Curtis, but I would be more willing to believe
Really?
that Chris Curtis gets it
Curtis
done
got
via
power, man.
But I'd be more willing to believe he gets it done via ground and pound than
Okay.
Kelvin. But I'm not putting it past either for either outcome. I don't know. It depends on what Kelvin we get. If we get rough weight cut Kelvin, it's gonna look rough.
If we get Michael Bisping fight Kelvin,
yeah, if we get determined Kelvin, that's a championship.
he hasn't fought in a long time.
I think that Izzy fight took some years off of
He
him.
did. It's crazy. And Chris Curtis is on a roll right now, dude. 30-9.
Chris Curtis is a beast.
He's a beast. He's been doing it for a long time. He's great on the ground. Good striking. What are the odds?
We got Kelvin at -132. We
Wow.
got Chris Curtis at +108.
Those are going to be subject to change.
Those are subject to change.
toss
Chris
up.
Curtis, that's a good pickup right there. +108. That's plus money. I'd pick him up there. Kelvin, I don't know. Ring rust is a thing to me. You know? Ring rust is a thing to me. Chris Curtis has been doing the damn thing. Kelvin has not. There's not much else to say other than that. Neither of these guys are ranked. We'll see what happens. Middleweight, doing the damn thing. I don't think these guys are ranked. They might be. It doesn't say it on Google, though. All right, let's go to this main card. I'm very surprised with this first fight on the main card. Raul Rosas is the first fight on the main card. 18 years old. 8.
He's
just
19. He's 19.
Oh, just turned 19. Sorry.
Is this like the really young guy that's
Really young
Yeah.
guy.
He's the guy who said he's like, Dana, give me the fight bonus so I can buy my mom a van. She can take me to the UFC PI.
Okay, I
Didn't
remember.
buy her van though.
Aw,
Found
damn.
out. Yeah. Something it took the check took too long. or
Regardless,
something.
though, this
I know,
dude
right?
is. This is. He
Winston shakes his head.
He gives me the same vibes that I got when Max Holloway came onto the MMA scene.
He
Because Max
does.
Holloway, when he joined the UFC, was the youngest fighter in the UFC history. He was 20.
Not fight style wise. He's talking just
No
Not-
stylistic comparison whatsoever.
'cause this
More
guy's
so,
more of a grappler.
young and with undeniable momentum.
Yeah.
And this is gonna sound like this is gonna be sounding a little scientific, but to think about this dude is 19 years old.
just
That-
turned 19.
He's 19 years old. This dude is like 3 to 5 years away from his hippocampus being fully developed, and he just destroys fools.
What's crazy is
That means he's not at his peak wisdom, which means his fighting wisdom isn't peaked, and he's still just wrestling guys into the mats.
or his physical peak. He fights at 135. He's 19. He's gonna
he's
grow,
gonna grow.
a lot. He's probably not gonna fight in bantamweight very long. He's gonna grow. And
Another-
he's gigantic
another
for the
person-
bantamweight division too.
Another person whose vibes I get, again, not stylistically, but
big
momentum-wise,
guy.
he reminds me a lot of Rory McDonald. Rory McDonald, because when Rory McDonald came into the MMA, he was they called him the hybrid. He was the first kid who purely trained MMA. He wasn't like a kid who was good at boxing, who's like, I'm going to try MMA, or a kid who was a
Yeah,
wrestler his
and
whole
switched
life,
over, I
who said,
see.
I'm going to try MMA. This kid, Raul Rosas Jr., is
Has been
another
training
example of
MMA.
a kid who woke up watching him, like his third birthday cake. Remember, it had
This kid
it
was
had
born
Robbie
in
Lawler
04.
on it. He had Robbie Lawler on his third birthday cake or
Born
some
in
shit.
04.
That's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
This kid is like Rory McDonald has been just breathing MMA in his training regiment since the first day he decided to do it. And so he's just got this undeniable momentum. He's not a stylistic
That's
comparison.
crazy.
He's a wrestler. His odds, bro, he's the minus 250 favorite on DraftKings.
At 18, undefeated, 7-0, taking on a very tough.
Christian
Rodriguez is a dog. 8-1, doing the damn thing on a win streak right now.
They were all respect at
I think.
the presser, which as lame as it sounds, I feel like you kind of have to be. You can't really
Yeah.
troll a 19-year-old because if you beat a 19-year-old, it's like, dude, he was 19. And
2
if you-
inches
and if you-
shorter.
And if you lose to a 19-year-old, it's just like, damn, bro.
Yeah.
Age is just a number when it comes to the fact that these guys are tried and true in the gym. No
Age
amount
is
of
just a number when you're throwing bones.
no
at each
amount of
other's
laps
face.
around the sun is
Yeah.
gonna make you an incompetent fighter instantly. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're fucking like 12,
I think.
maybe.
I think Christian wins this fight if Raul can't get him down.
Yeah, we're
If
gonna.
he keeps stuffing Raul ain't winning.
And Raul's just got a momentum that he's probably never experienced before, so we're gonna see it. This is his
This kid goes crazy, dude. He's fun
I
to watch.
love
He's
watching
fun to
him.
watch.
I love
It's
watching.
a
fun to
toss
watch.
up to not go the distance.
Is it really?
Yeah, to not go the
I'm-
distance is minus 140. To go the distance is plus.
I could see a
110.
finish in this fight.
I'm not gonna bet on
I
this
could see a
fight,
finish
but
in this
I'm ecstatic.
What
for
are the
him.
money lines?
Raul is minus 250, and then Christian
Oh, yeah, you just
is
said that.
plus 200,
Yeah,
Wow.
plus 198.
195 on DraftKings, same thing.
Crazy in the bantamweight division. Let's go to welterweight though. Kevin Holland taking on Santiago Ponzinibbio.
So,
Crazy fight.
did you see? Okay,
19 knockouts for Mr. Ponzinibbio. 19. That's a
They're-
lot of knockouts.
there was some drama between Kevin Holland and
Jorge.
Jorge, and then that kind of tried to spill into the press conference, and then
Dana was pissed.
Dana was shutting that shit down so fast. He's like, "Are these two even fighting? No, stop
Shut
asking
up.
these
Yeah,
questions."
he was all mad about it.
But that being said, Kevin Holland, I mean, he's a fighter that I don't know how many times he could lose to where I'll still never waver my want to watch him fight. He's so fun to watch. He's so entertaining. But I can't stress enough that he needs this. And
Needs this win.
Ponzinibbio is not a tune-up fight, but at his weight class
If he
and
beats
as dangerous
Ponzinibbio, that's
and
great.
as dangerous as all of those guys are, this is as close to a tune-up fight as he can afford in the UFC. Because let's face it, Ponzinibbio is long in the tooth. He's old. They were asking him
He's
at
a
the
beast,
they
though.
asked him at the post-fight press conference when is retirement? Because you are up there. He's got
30 and 6.
I was about to say he's got almost 40 pro fights. He doesn't have
Insane.
much left to prove. I think if anything, he's got some motivation to
He
try
has
to go.
12 fights in the UFC.
Yeah, he either another kill or be killed guy.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously.
He only wins by knockout or
We've
loses
seen him
by
get knocked out.
That's
We've seen him knock out people. What was he saying this pre-fight press conference? I'm going to knock this dude out. What's my plan? I'm going to throw my hands at his face until he's dead.
And Kevin Holland
That's
is coming
what his
off
plan
of
is.
the gentleman's agreement kickboxing bout that he had with Stephen Wonderboy Thompson.
Get that out of your head.
Good
Kevin.
idea, Kevin Holland.
Yeah, you messed that one up.
Genius.
Dude. Stupid.
A guy who was
Take Ponzinibbio down if you're losing on the feet, but I will say I think Kevin's going to win on the feet.
I think Kevin's
to be
going to
honest.
win, but I also think if I had to
Look
bet,
at the reach, dude. He almost has 10-inch reach on him. Like,
Kevin's
how
gonna-
is Ponzinibbio going to get in this range?
No, Kevin's gonna
81-inch
get in
reach
his.
to 73-inch.
Kevin's going to bridge the Gaviline against him and take him down. I'm calling it now.
I don't know, man. I think he's going to
calling it.
stand up until he has to.
I think that Kevin Holland is going to try to neutralize him and win by any means necessary. That's my
I
prediction.
think Kevin Holland wants a stunning fashion knockout. He's wearing a big chain that says Big Mouth. I think he's going to be talking shit to him in the fight. I think he's going to be keeping him on that range until he has to get inside.
True. We're going
I
to find
really
out.
do. 81. If you're 81-inch reach and you're facing somebody who's 73-inch reach, why wouldn't you want to do it at range?
True.
The dude can't even touch you, you know?
True.
So, well, I mean, but a Santiago Ponzinibbio, dude can get in. He can get in on you. So we'll see what happens with that fight. Let's talk Rob Font and Adrian Yanez.
This is
Real quick, we got
Oh,
Kevin Holland
odds.
minus 260 and Santiago
Yeah.
at plus 205.
so
That's-
this next fight is my eyeballs fight of the night. Like I'm anticipating because so you got Rob Font taking on Adrian Yanez. Listen, like Adrian Yanez last
Yanez.
fight, or you sorry,
You're all good.
forgive me. His last fight, I believe he won via like TKO or some shit. Rob Font is just kind of known, like he stays at like fight night main events for 5-round wars because we know he can go 25 minutes nonstop. So I think this fight has fight of the night written all over it. I think this fight either goes this might go the distance.
Really?
This might go the distance, but I expect 15 minutes of just chaos. Like Yanez,
Yeah.
Yanez is sharp,
Did
and
you see Rob
Font.
Font's last fight, though?
I don't remember his last fight. I just know that every fight I remember Rob Font being a part of, he doesn't sit and wait to throw punches. He tries, you know.
Rob Font's last fight was when he got his ass beat by Cheeto.
Yeah, it's Cheeto.
Got his ass beat, though. You seen that fight, right?
Cheeto's a guy that you
Beat the
kind of
shit out
lose
of him.
to before they like.
No, but he
the-
beat the shit out of him. You know?
Yeah, but I'm saying like they
The only person that Rob Font has beat in the past 2 years is Cody Garbrandt. And that was
True.
by decision.
I don't know. I just think that this is going to be a great fight. I think this is Yanez's like coming out party for his title run though.
I agree. I
This
think
is-
Yanez is going to win.
He's so fun to
He's
watch.
A trailblazer. Yanez is a beast.
Sharp striking.
Super sharp striking.
Vegas agrees. Giannis is the favorite. Giannis is minus 188. And then we got Font
That's a
at
good pickup for
plus
the parlay.
152.
That's a good parlay
that's-
pickup.
Yeah,
Maybe not. Rob Font can get it done any time of the fucking, you know.
hard to say.
It's hard to say. This is a hard card to bet on, dude, because there's a lot of good fights that can go any way. Let's talk about
Co-main?
Gilbert Burns and Jorge Masvidal.
Co-main.
We are in Miami. We had this guy walking out, Jorge Masvidal. The crowd was chanting 305 at the weigh-ins. They were loud at the weigh-ins, in the face-offs, the pre-fight press conference, everything. I don't know if he gets it done about Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns is a huge favorite.
The
I think
odds say
Jorge is like at plus 400, 390, 300 something.
plus 350, and then Gilbert Burns is minus 455.
Read it and weep right there, but I really think they got the odds wrong on this one. Not completely wrong. I really think that Gilbert should be the favorite. I don't think it should be that crazy, though. Because if Jorge keeps Gilbert standing, I think Jorge wins in the stand-up, personally. But Gilbert can knock him out at any time, and two, if he takes him down and keeps Jorge down, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
So you remember?
I think Jorge can do it, though. In Miami, he needs this win, or he's going to retire, probably. I think he's been training very hard. I think he can do it. But I don't know. Gilbert Burns is a dog.
So-
Gilbert Burns might just beat his ass.
Gilbert Burns is coming off a lot of momentum. Other than
He is.
losing a close fight, or well, he got I think he may have got TKO'd at one point, but losing a close fight that he almost won against Kamaru Usman, Gilbert Burns has not really shown any signs of weakness in the octagon in recent
hasn't.
memory. And Jorge is on like a 5-fight losing streak or a 4-fight losing streak because
Against who, though? You got to Kamaru Usman,
Twice.
Colby Covington, and then he won his last fight.
yeah.
Like,
So
these are these at the top. Like, we can't.
yeah, I'm not discounting, but the reason I'm saying
I hate when people do that. Like,
I just
bro,
think-
he was fighting for the championship.
I just think Gilbert Burns.
One of those fights was on 6 days' notice. Get out of here.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
But I just think that
He lost 20 pounds in 6 days and then lost. Like, we can't.
But look at like Gilbert Burns' last fight
Right.
against
True.
Neil Magny.
Yeah.
He just took him down and put him in an arm triangle instantly. Like
All
Neil
right,
Magny
dude.
couldn't do anything.
Gilbert
to stop
Burns
it.
is probably going to do that to Jorge.
I just don't. Other than devastating striking, I don't
Jorge
see
has to stuff.
I think the only path of victory for Jorge is to knock him out.
Yeah.
And if he can't knock
Or
him
I
out,
could see him win a decision. Like if
I
he keeps him
can't at all.
standing. I think he can. I think he can because he'll be stuffing his takedowns, keeping him standing up, and then piecing him up, but not knocking him out. That's how I can see him.
I honestly think Gilbert Burns is a more devastating striker.
I would disagree.
I think they're very.
I'd say he has
comparable.
more knockout power, but Jorge's way better.
Jorge is a sharper striker. I'm just saying that Gilbert. I think
Jorge's got 3 inches on him.
I think Gilbert's like more devastating when he punches people as to where Jorge
He has more knockout power.
Jorge's got knockout power. Like we've seen him against like Darren Till. We've seen him like baptized. I mean, the Ben Askren thing was his knee. That was a matchup based impact. There's no amount of like that doesn't really change my opinion on Jorge Masvidal striking that knee is what I'm saying, you know. That being said, I just think Gilbert's just a strong competitor. I don't know. I don't see
it's hard
Gilbert
to bet against him.
I don't see him losing, bro. I'm
riding Jorge Masvidal.
Jorge has
this fight.
to baptize him with fire, and that's the way he wins this fight.
Yeah,
if he doesn't do that, I think he loses a unanimous decision or he gets choked out.
I don't know, man. He has the tools to win a decision. He does.
I'm not saying he doesn't, but with 15 minutes,
if Gilbert is shell shocked and can't land a punch and can't take him down, Gilbert has nothing for him. But do I see that happening? I don't really. I think Gilbert can take him down.
Gilbert had something for Kamaru Usman for a big section of that fight that they were in.
I know, but he still lost.
I'm just saying it's not MMA math, but I just
and look at the fight against Islam. He's getting tagged on the feet.
By
Islam.
Unpopular opinion. I think Gilbert won that fight.
I don't agree.
That's my honest
opinion.
Agree.
Yeah,
I would have to go back and
rewatch
it.
that one. Yeah,
it was so far removed, but
go back and rewatch that one because
it was
I don't think
barn burner.
It was a good fight though.
And again, same thing. I think if like Jorge were to go up against Hamzat, it would look even worse because let's face it, Jorge. Like,
did I say Islam? I meant Hamzat. Excuse me.
That's what I know. That's who you meant.
My bad.
I know that's who you meant. So if Hamzat,
I meant Hamzat.
So Gilbert versus Hamzat was actual back and forth fight because Gilbert had both the hands and the grappling to compete with him.
Hamzat's a dog.
Hamzat will just grab Jorge by his ponytail and yank him to the fucking floor.
Right.
And there's not a damn thing Jorge could do.
You're right.
All
right, let's move on to the main event though, because we're already getting cut for time. Let's talk about Alex Fajeda versus Israel Adesanya, the 4th fight.
Okay, so the odds, I want to get these out of the way right away.
Throw them out right away.
I think these odds are offensive.
They are offensive.
So, okay.
Pick up Izzy.
Alex, who's knocked this man out 2 consecutive bouts and beat him in 3 consecutive bouts. This is their 4th bout. I know that this is technically an MMA, not kickboxing, but
precursor, because I'm an Izzy fan, Alex was knocked out on his feet in the first round. Continue.
So, Izzy is the minus 139 favorite, and Alex is the plus 112 underdog. And the thing that's got me is, if I don't tell you any names, no names at all, completely preface their careers with what they've done. We got one guy who's got like 9 MMA fights versus a guy who's got like 20 MMA fights.
He's only been in the UFC for like a year.
Yeah, but the guy with the 9 MMA fights in kickboxing and MMA is 3-0 against the other guy.
So crazy.
Including
Such a crazy
2
story.
consecutive knockouts, including their most recent bout and their last kickboxing bout. So you have all these things. I would still bet on the kickboxer because at the end of the day, Izzy's a kickboxer. No amount of training is going to take that away. I said this the first time they fought MMA. I'm like, this is the first time he's going up against a guy who we know verifiably is a better, if not equal, striker to him. No MMA striker he's ever faced has actually like given him the hands competent to what he experienced in kickboxing. We have him now. You have a 2-weight glory champion, one of the only humans to ever do that. He held 2 different weight class belts taken on Izzy. It just, in my opinion, it's offensive. What more does Alex have to do to cement that he is the better fighter? And the thing that gets me is...
He's the underdog?
Yeah.
What are the odds again?
Plus 112 versus minus 139.
I mean, they're right
They're
there.
not that crazy.
They're right
But
there.
at the same time, like, if I tell you this guy's knocked this man out 2 times in a row...
Yeah, but you're talking like those odds are like a minus 200 Izzy. Like, it ain't, bro. They're
I just
so
don't see
close.
Izzy being the favorite in any way. I think we've
He
got...
had him knocked out in the first round. What are you talking about?
It ended.
Literally, yeah. and one more punch to his face, he would have been out on.
But
the
that's a what if, and that didn't happen.
I know, but still, like you can't like.
Unfortunately, it's not Pride rules where you get a 10-minute round.
And again, Izzy was winning the fight before that, so it's
But
I know he still lost, but he was.
But
still,
ultimately,
so that's like saying that Kamaru and Leon should have had different odds. No, those odds were that because Kamaru was winning the fight the whole round.
I think
and then got knocked out.
I think that's different.
That's what I mean. I guess.
Because you were looking at like a 50-45 fight versus
it doesn't matter. You're still winning and losing. Winning and losing are the same
Leon had
fucking thing.
won rounds against Usman
Still,
before he got
Izzy
the
had
head
won
kick.
almost every round in that fight before he got knocked down in the fourth. So
I just look at it like it is.
Come on, Alex was losing the fight.
But Izzy's competed with this dude in like a unanimous decision loss in kickboxing.
So you can't keep bringing those up.
You
This
have
is
to
MMA.
though.
I mean,
he got
guess.
KO'd in kickboxing and he got KO'd in MMA. Izzy has not forfeited a blueprint that
See,
he
that's
can
the
beat
thing.
this
He's
man.
winning those fights too. Like,
Izzy's never proven he can beat this man. He's proven he can win rounds against him. You've proven that
he's proven that he can knock him out.
Basically, Izzy has proven that he can go. He can hope to go 25 minutes, and if he can avoid the other guy's punches, he might have enough points to win an MMA judge's decision.
I disagree.
He
with
hasn't
you.
proven.
You forget about this whole first round in this first fight in the MMA.
I agree, but
Got his ass kicked in that first round.
he didn't get his ass kicked. He got almost dropped in one moment. Moment at the very end.
Come on, dude. Like,
Bruh.
rewatch the end of that round. Like,
The end of that round, he got his ass kicked
Rewatch
for
it.
sure. But that one moment doesn't account for the whole 5 minutes. That wasn't 5 minutes.
If the first round was like 15 seconds
No.
longer,
2 seconds
Yeah.
longer.
then he's knocked out.
2
but
seconds longer.
It wasn't.
But it wasn't. Exactly.
And it isn't because
But
the rounds are there
I hate
because
when
of rules.
I hate when they bring up the kickboxing thing. But this isn't kickboxing. 2, he was winning both of those fights. Like, there's nothing. And the first fight that he lost in kickboxing, they say that it was a robbery for Izzy. So it's like he really did he win that first fight? I don't know. So I honestly, let's not even talk about the kickboxing though. Let's talk about this fight right here. He was winning the fight in the first one, did get knocked out, but he has to win this one. He has to.
I just think
there's
there's
no
a double standard.
There's no other way. Like, what is Izzy gonna do if he loses again? Like, you know what I mean? Like
he's gonna have to fight someone else. But,
I mean, but it's just a long path for the title because.
But look,
you lost now. That's 4-0. Like he has to win this fight. So he has more. There's way more pressure on Izzy to win this fight. Dude's wearing a dog collar at the press fight,
looking like a fool.
I mean, I get it though. Like it's it's his thing. It's literally like Yuri sitting in a room for 4 days in the dark. Like these guys do weird shit. Like he wore a dog collar because he says he's bringing out the dog in him. And if I'm gonna be completely fair, dog collar kind of looked. I didn't even know it was a dog collar. It looked pretty lit. I was like, that's probably some anime thing, is what I assumed.
All things considered, though, I just think that I think Alex is the favorite, both for me and in general, because you have this is going to be
odds would disagree.
I mean, those odds are influenced by the people who are betting, but again, I
agree.
I think that you have like you can't sit here and confidently with data say that Izzy is a better overall striker than Alex.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
You can't say that. Now because of that, we both mutually agree that they're going to kickbox each other. There's like very unlikely.
Never know what's going to happen.
Either takes either down. Izzy got taken down and took Homie down.
They
both took each other down.
Alex looked lost on the ground too.
They both looked lost on the ground.
Izzy looked way better on the ground.
But they're coaching.
We didn't get enough time to really actually read.
But we know that the way they're coaching it, they're coaching it.
That was the timer.
They couldn't hear you, but okay.
Yeah, who cares?
Regardless, I think that Izzy is going to lose. I think Izzy's going to get KO'd again because he's going to go in with an energy. I genuinely like. I
could see it, but
like
I'm riding Izzy.
My parlay piece is that Izzy getting losing money line.
Really, that's funny because my parlay piece is Alex losing.
Well, I said mine first, so you got.
No, rock paper scissors.
Well, I get 2.5.
What? Why?
I don't know. I was just making something up.
Pick your parlay piece, Winston. What you feeling?
I got Jordan Poole 15 points or more.
All right.
Minus 360.
All right. But damn. All right. Hold on. We're gonna pick something nice then, Dave. Honestly, I kind of like that then because Alex is the underdog, so that'll actually help.
Plus
our odds.
money.
That'll help our
Plus
odds
112
a lot
on DraftKings.
All right. Let me get mine in.
Jordan Poole's going against the Warriors.
What are the odds for the main event to not go the distance?
Oh, let me tell you.
Because someone's getting knocked out.
So the main
Someone has to go out.
Okay, so the
think
main
it's a
event
toss-up.
to go the distance, yes.
Alex.
Hold on, to go the distance, yes.
And is-
plus 108, no, minus 143.
It's a pretty good pickup too. I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty good pickup.
Hold on, I've
If I
suggested
was you,
that.
I'd pick that up.
No, I've suggested not going the distance like 2 or 3 parlays in a
they've
row, and
missed.
not a
They've
single.
missed.
Justin Gaethje versus Fiziev. That
Right,
that
yeah.
went the fucking distance. Are you kidding me? What was the last one? What was the last one that I did? I don't even remember. Like last week's was like another one where I was just like, "There's no way those dudes fight to the
Yeah.
distance."
I don't think Izzy's going to outpoint Pereira.
He
I don't think
can.
he-
He
I
has
don't-
the tools, but it's gonna be a hard
Yeah.
fight to do
I don't know.
that.
And Izzy said that last fight that leg kick compromised his
did.
but like you can also
He
just
got him on the leg kicks in that first round. That is one thing in the first round Alex did.
And-
dude. He
and
punished
Alex-
him with those leg kicks.
Alex cuts
Yeah, I
an
forgot about that.
illegal
I forgot
amount
about
of
that.
weight.
I'm so biased on Izzy though, so forgive me.
Izzy, you lost to Bobby Knuckles on the second fight.
chill out. No, he didn't.
Eat this L
Ask
again.
ask the judges that.
Who, like Cecil Peoples?
Ask the judges that.
The judges are trash.
Amen.
We all
you
agree.
try it. You
Not
try
in
it.
every. I would love to. I would do that shit for
He'd be
free
the
one
worst
time.
judge ever, bro. Dave would be like this. First Israeli fighter coming out. Dave's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Dave
Is this guy Jewish? Get his background.
Yeah, dude. I swear to God.
Natan Levy, you don't even gotta put the gloves on. You,
yeah.
You have won, my guy.
Dave just
Who's
smoking
that?
a
I wish I
cigar.
knew a fighter that Dave absolutely hates because Dave's just judging his fight.
Izzy.
He's all-
Izzy.
No, he doesn't hate Izzy. He
I just
thinks
hate
he's
that
gonna
he
lose.
beat Bobby
And
Nucks.
yeah, and that's what he hates.
Bobby
about
Nucks is like hands down one of my
But
favorites.
I really don't think
so.
Dave hates any. Do you have a fighter that you just absolutely hate? I don't think you do.
I
You
think
respect all of
I was
them.
about to say I respect the.
Just respect
I
everybody.
I mean, I don't like Vitor because you did so much TRT, but that was a whole era, so everyone was doing
And
it.
ruined Michael Bisping's eye.
Yeah.
All right, so you're picking up who?
Jordan Poole plus
For
15
the
points.
Warriors.
Yep, going against the Kings.
For the Kings, plus 15, you said?
15 points, yeah.
15 points, Mr. Poole. Oh, where player
Should be
pool.
around minus 360.
Let's see what we have right here. There it is.
'Cause Kings,
360.
Yeah.
Right on it. All right. You want Fajeda? Alex Fajeda. I hate you're doing this, dude. You're so rude, honestly. To be on, like,
Yeah, it's kind of a dick move.
yeah, that's
going
a
against,
A
the
guy
against
who's
biggest-
Ricky's favorite.
He's
the
only
big- He's not my
3-0.
favorite fighter. He's not my
One-
favorite
one of
fighter.
them.
He's only
He's definitely.
3-0
I love
against
Izzy.
this
I love
man.
watching Izzy.
He's only 3-0 against this man with 2 consecutive knockouts.
That's some good. That's some good terms, dude. I mean, fuck. Like, I can't hate on that. Like, that's a pretty good.
It'd be different if like the last fight was like
Plus
a
102.
decision win. I wouldn't.
So
feel
with
as
those two
confident.
picks, we're sitting at a plus 158 for a 2-leg. Oh man, what should I pick? What should I pick? I think
Co-main shouldn't go the distance.
that's what I was thinking right there. Chris Curtis, Kevin Gastelum not going the distance.
Well, I was saying Jorge versus
Oh yeah, that's the ooh.
Jorge.
Wow. For this to not for will the fight go the distance? No, plus 144 for Chris Curtis and Kelvin Gastelum. I'm kind of surprised.
I think it's only 3 rounds, right?
Yeah,
It's 3 rounds.
Yeah.
15.
That's probably why.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's look at Jorge because I could see Gilbert not taking out Jorge, but then again, I can see him taking him out. I don't know, dude. I don't know. This is a hard card to fight on. I'm gonna take that. I'll take that though. Will the fight go the distance? Gilbert Burns, Jorge Masvidal? No, minus 166. Added that to the parlay. That's our 3-leg parlay at plus 313. Plus 313. If you bet $10, you get 31.36. If you bet $5, you get $15.68. Why not triple your money? I think this can happen. I don't want one of them to happen personally. But we have Jordan Poole, minus 360. Alex Fajeda, plus 102, which is, if you ask me, a great pickup for the money line. A plus money champion. That's pretty crazy. Another stat that works in your favor, people usually that lose their title, most of the time, they don't get it back.
Yep.
Most of the time, they don't get it back. But you never know what happens. And then we got Mr. Jordan Poole. Oh, wait, no, I said that one. Then we got Gilbert Burns and Masvidal, minus 166. That's your parlay. That has been your Sport Champs episode, and we are out this mug. Boom. Appreciate y'all.
What's up, guys? We just hit 1,500 subs. We're trying to make it 2,000. Help us out and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.